We're still debating movies in here. Somehow it's devolved, as you would expect, as Dave put out his list this morning, which I thought was a pretty solid list of his top 5. The only one I would quibble with would be having the Saving Private Ryan in the top 5 might be a bit of a stretch. Excellent movie. Don't know that that's a top 5 movie of all time, but, that's neither here nor there. That's his list. He does what he has to do. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. What were you just talking about? Because this was a movie that you were talking about a few years ago that was a sports movie that came out. Did it ever come out?
Well, yeah. It's amazing.
I know, and I haven't seen
story.
It yet. Yes. I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, to me, and people may agree, may disagree, but me watching the story of George Foreman's life is far more interesting than the Muhammad Ali story.
I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. I am more interested in the lives, and this is not a knock against Ali. I'm more interested in the lives of him and Sonny Liston and
Sugar Ray Robinson.
No, Foreman and
Joe Louis.
Joe Louis. Just the idea that at one point he was in such a bad way, Ali was in such a bad way that he's running his mouth after a press conference or whatever it was, and then he ends up getting into the car with Joe Louis and asking for a loan.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like the Joe Louis story is much more interesting.
The Bryant's Bomber.
Totally agree.
So, but the movie that came out, the Clarissa Shields movie.
Yeah. You've been talking about that for a long time.
You talk about inspiring.
Yeah.
And it has to be. She's still alive. She's still the champion. Like, what she did for women's sports, fighting for equality. Like, people talk about what Venus and Serena did for, like, being able to get equal pay for what they were doing on the tennis court. Clarissa Shields did that for the stipends and stuff that Olympic players get. She's a 2-time Olympic champion, right? She used to run to practice from her house, and, like, they didn't train women where she was at, and they didn't want to train her. For her to become one of the most highly decorated women boxers of all time, undisputed in like 3 different weight classes. Like, it's amazing coming from Flint and all that was about.
Yep.
It's truly inspiring, especially if you have.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Forget daughters. If you got any kid that's struggling and unsure about herself and how she grinded her way to the top, man. Like, I think that's a very underrated movie. It didn't get enough buzz for what it was. The fact that it was a true story, and the fact that the person that they made the story about is still actively the champion, the GWOAT, what she calls herself. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
I was on the plane the other day making a list of the things that I want to see, and I need to get that on the list. Because I remember you talking about that a long time ago.
Yeah, it's that and the George Foreman story, man. There's things about George Foreman I never knew. And the fact that it's real, it's no way this story can be real. Dude come back winning the heavyweight championship at 45 after not fighting for 10 years. How everybody thought he was a joke and all that type of stuff, man, and they were laughing, and he, how he got saved. Like, how they depict how he got saved and thought he died or whatever on the table, I ain't going to tell the movie, and how he came back and lived his life and how he fought with joy and not anger like before is amazing. Like, we know, like, smiley face George Foreman. My dad was like, oh, George Foreman, a big crook. He's the meanest, angriest dude ever. You know what I mean? And, like, it truly was who he was
at that time
until he died.
Yeah,
we never saw George. I never saw the mean George Foreman, the thriller.
Well, that's who he was early in his career. You and I never saw that.
Yeah,
right.
We never saw the angry
but then he
person.
became the pitch man.
Right. We never saw the womanizer. We never saw like that guy. You know what I mean? Any of that, man. Like Angela Bassett plays his mother in the movie.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta put those on the list. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. And, of course, you can watch the show on YouTube, which you should be doing every single day. Contribute to the show in the YouTube chat, where we will make sure to get your comments in. And as I said, we are just getting started on a full day today. Jason McCourty joins us as he does every week at 10:30. Joe Fortenbaugh will join us later at 11:45. We will have High Noon. We will have audio files. We will have it all. And as we're approaching the trade deadline, we've got some NBA to get to because this whole cat thing is really bothering me. We'll get to that some more. But I want to start with, first of all, just a couple of the things out of the last couple of days with the Jets and the Giants. First of all, the Carl Banks comments the other day, where he said, in essence, and I will pull up the quote just so I have it here, but nobody respects the level at which Dexter Lawrence is playing right now. And that's real. I mean, for Carl Banks to say something like that is Carl's one of the smartest football people I've ever known.
Yeah.
And I have to feel like there was something behind Carl's, and not personal. Right. I think it was something behind Carl saying it because he's not the hot take guy. He's not that. Carl's initial comments, here they are. This was on his podcast on the Believe Network.
Dexter Lawrence, nobody respects you anymore. Nobody. Your opponents do not. The pre-injury Dexter is not there in their heads. They don't respect you. There's a difference. You're on the field. They're blocking you with a 9-year backup center. You're not making a difference. The old Dexter would. There are a lot of things that go into your performance. Only you know what that is. Whether you're still recovering or not, I'm just telling you now, I'm looking at enough tape to know that your opponents don't respect you. Not like they used to. And here's the thing. When Darius Alexander gets in the game, when Roy Robinson gets in the game and they substitute for you.
DJ Davidson,
those guys are making plays against the same guys that are blocking you. I'm going to just say this. Again, I don't know the circumstances. It's time for you to start expecting more of yourself. I don't know if you're injured. I don't know if you've fully recovered. But it's time to start asking more of yourself because they don't respect you.
When you hear that, first of all, we heard it the other day. I mean, those are harsh comments, but when you hear somebody like Carl Banks say that, what do you think?
I mean, he basically said he's backing it up with tape.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's saying he's watching it. He's like, he doesn't recognize the Dexter Lawrence that he sees in front of him because he knows the pre-Dexter Lawrence, pre-injury, and what he looked like and how he affected the game and how opponents decided to have to try and deal with him. So, I mean, if he can back it up with tape, the tape, the eye in the sky don't lie. And only Dexter knows, and like you said, only Dexter knows if he's still hurt, if he still hasn't recovered, if, recovering from surgery that offseason can be tough. Just like Aaron Rodgers, right? Last year, was Aaron Rodgers really who he is today, yesterday? No. Because he was still healing. That was the first. So this was the first time he had an offseason where he wasn't rehabbing, and we see a much better Aaron Rodgers than what we saw last year as far as his ability to be able to move, run, extend plays, et cetera, et cetera. So I guess that's kind of where we're looking at. And Dexter, had a rebuke of that, and he should. But if the numbers, and we know that numbers isn't an indication about how well you're playing sometimes. Sometimes you can be playing great and just the end results isn't there, so you can't just go about sacks. But, we can look at his rankings as far as, his Pro Football Focus numbers and things of that sort and compare him to last year. Because last year he was dominant last year. Last year he was leading the league and he was injured after, I think, Game 5 or something around that time, and he still was getting it done. And, he was a load to deal with in the run game. He was double-teamed, triple-teamed, and he still was making the effect. So Dexter has to answer to that, but Carl isn't trying to come out and destroy him. I mean, it's clearly something that he's been watching for weeks, and he was in an arena where he can talk about it, and he talked about it.
I didn't get caught off guard by it so much as I would say that I always feel like when somebody like Carl says it, it's very measured and there's something behind it. So when you hear it being harsh and you think it's going too far, okay, but this is not somebody who just says something to get a reaction. This is not a hot take artist by any stretch.
Who knows? Maybe the feeling around there is like, man, Dexter ain't the same. And, he's hearing that, so he went to go look at the proof in the pudding.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at Pro Football Focus right now, and his grade for the season is 14th among interior defensive linemen. Does that sound like the kind of number that somebody like him would put up?
Last year, he probably was number one.
Yeah. I mean, the guys who were all in front of him are really good players, but, I mean, Calais Campbell is rating higher than he is right now, and he's 70
years old.
Yeah, he's 71 years old. Cam Hayward is listed as number 1 right now. I understand why he wanted more money, but at his age, he's listed at number 1. Now, look, Pro Football Focus is not a perfect science.
It's not an end-all, be-all.
Absolutely
not.
We
don't know what the responsibilities within the defense is, but we expect Dexter Lawrence to be better, and I'm sure he expects himself to be better. And, either he takes this as motivation to
Well, let's hear his comments from yesterday in response to it, because it's the first time he's spoken about it.
Yeah, those are strong words, but that's how you feel.
Those words mean more that they're coming from him, like a giant legend? No? Why not?
He's delusional.
See, I think that's dismissive. I mean, Carl Banks was part of some of the greatest defenses. He's a borderline Hall of Famer. He's an all-time giant. He's still there. And you can't just, the delusional things, like I understand you may not agree with it, but maybe instead of getting upset, you should say, well, what am I missing? From my side, what am I missing that I don't see what he sees? Or because when you're playing, you're too close to it. You can't see it from a 20-foot view. Carl can.
When you make comments like this, like Carl made, normally I'm going to side with the guy that you made them about, because those seem like extremely tough comments, and they almost feel personal. But when you go to Carl Banks and you understand who's saying it, what his resume is, and the amount of work that he puts into it, I don't think Carl Banks is out there, for the team trying to motivate a player. I think Carl Banks is just telling the truth with what he sees. And you know what? Good for you. I know it's hard to hear, and I think people will take it the wrong way. It's hard to hear nobody respects you, because when you think about respect, you're talking about as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Carl is talking about the level at which you're playing right now. Other teams do not respect you like they used to.
Yeah.
You are not that same player. It's not respecting you as a person.
Yeah, it used to be okay. Well, they got Dexter Lawrence. We gotta slide the coverage. We need to figure out how to help our center. He's saying they're blocking you with a backup 9-year center. That's supposed to be barbecue chicken for a guy like Dexter Lawrence, right? Mm-hmm. That's like it's dismissive and disrespectful for you to not double Reggie White or for you to run at Reggie White. So when we talk about nobody respects you, we're saying from a game plan standpoint that we saying, hey, we believe that the person across from you can get his job done by himself, and we can go help other people and put more resources towards other people. So
I want to tie this together with Quinnen Williams.
Does have a pick, though.
Yeah. I want to tie this together, though, with Quinnen Williams. Jordan Schultz of the Schultz Report, an NFL insider, had this to say about the interest around Quinnen Williams as the trade deadline comes. Of course, Lawrence and Williams, the same kind of player.
There are a number of teams who badly want and need interior defensive line help, and a name that's garnered a ton of interest, Quinnen Williams. Now, the Jets don't want to trade him, but they are willing to listen, considering there's so much interest in interior defensive line and so many young, aggressive GMs around the league. The idea of a team blowing away the Jets with an offer is at least feasible.
So you have that. These are two guys who are both 27 years old. These are two guys who you would think would garner a lot of attention on the trade market. So when you hear that, and we have the deadline approaching here, these two teams are in different spots because the Giants seemingly have their quarterback of the future. The Jets do not yet. Would you believe in either one of these teams right now making the move to trade one of these two players and it actually being the right move at the moment?
I mean, I can't think the last time that we've seen a interior lineman traded of this type of talent, right? Pro Bowl, All Pro, especially like when you hear age 20. When I hear age 27, that's like the prime. 28 to 32 is like the meat and potatoes of when the mind and the body kind of meets each other, and you know how to prepare, you know how to be a pro. I don't know if I could give Quinnen away for anything that's not like a first-round draft pick and a player.
So here's the thing. That's where I am with the Jets right now. The Jets will tell us that this is now more of a process than it was earlier in the year. I've seen a lot of things written about the Jets the last few days. Mike Vaccaro wrote about this today, about the importance of the Jets needing to win games as opposed to going ahead and tanking. I thought it was exceptionally important for them to win this last game because you didn't want to go to a bye sitting on this because it's just a bad sense. It's a bad feeling, and it's a bad atmosphere. But when you look at what the future is for the Jets, you need to do everything you can to position yourself for the quarterback. And whether or not that's this year or next year for drafting that quarterback, trading somebody like Quinnen Williams right now, whether it nets you a first-round pick this season or maybe somebody else in a one beyond that, I want to start to put together the right pieces in place so that I can ensure I'm going to be able to go get that quarterback, whether I believe in one of the guys this year or if it's the following year. I can't believe that there's not going to be one or two or three guys that are going to come out and be franchise quarterbacks within the next 2 years. So that's my only thought process right now. He might be in his prime. But am I best served when he has a year and a half of control left, trading him now and actually getting that first-round pick to position myself better here for the next 2 years? He's a dominant player. He's a dominant player. But I don't know that his dominance truly helps me enough at the moment. At the beginning of the year, I'd say you're out of your mind because of what we want to be and what our identity is going to be. We're going to play really good defense. That hasn't happened. You're 1-7. The approach has to change. And if you're Darren Muji and you're Aaron Glenn, okay, what's wrong? Let's fix it. Yeah, I might be trading away a strength, but is it a strength that I can afford to have eating up some of my cap number now, and I can actually get something good back in return for? I'm making you think. I love this.
Yeah,
I love this. I'm making them think.
Because what I'm thinking is you're gonna be searching far and wide in the draft to try and find somebody to replace him. And it'd be different. It'd be different if this was like a Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis / Jalen Carter thing. Mm-hmm. Like if you already had his replacement in-house, a guy that can get it done and be effective. Now, do you move Briggs over to that spot and start Briggs, who's a young player as well? Or what's the compensation? Because you're saying if the team that you're trading with is trading because they think that he is somebody that can help us win, if that's the case, then that pick may be low. Could be a low first-round draft pick.
Well, but I'm also talking about just having it that I can trade it, too, if I need to move up later to go get the guy that I need to get. I have another asset toward that. Yeah. See, here my whole thing is we've spent the last 2 weeks talking about we can have whatever we want. If we don't have the quarterback, it doesn't matter.
But I told you what the trade was. If you didn't let him go for Michael Parsons and then now you turn around and trade him, like you talk about dumb dummy.
But I was in a different time then. It was a different time.
Bro, I don't care. Like you could have Michael Parsons at 25 and a dominant player.
But here's where I'll fight back against that. I know it's crazy. I'm going to fight back against that for a minute. I could have had Micah Parsons. I'd be giving up Quinnen plus a pick, presumably, and then I got to pay him. It wasn't going to be Quinnen straight up. And then I got to pay Parsons the amount of money that I do. My point here on Quinnen is I've paid him already.
Yes, that's my point.
Yeah, I've paid him already, so I can move on and now have that extra room to work with when I'm trying to position myself to get the quarterback here.
No.
Like if my premise is I don't have the use enough for Quinnen to help me win right now, how much different would this situation have been for the Jets this season if they had gotten Parsons as opposed to Quinnen? What would the Jets be, 2-6?
They'd have won 2 more games at least.
2 more?
He'd have wrecked some games. He would have wrecked some games, and Will McDonald, like that pass rush would have been right. he would have wrecked. Come on, man, he would have wrecked some games. Like that. That's the whole deal. And you say, well, you would have had to pay him. Well, it's not like Quinnen Williams is cheap.
No, he's making 21.7 through the end of next year, or something like that.
Right. So,
but this is a brand new, fresh contract where I'm handing him over, whatever, 150 guaranteed or whatever the crazy number was.
Yeah, but saying that you're not going to have a quarterback, that means that he's basically your quarterback. I mean, if they can pay Jordan Love, Rashawn Gary, the kid from McKinney, Josh Jacobs, Jordan Love, you could have fit Michael Parsons' money into the Jets' salary cap and figured it out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, trading Quinnen now would just be asinine, in my opinion, because you could have got rid of him. And the fact that Dallas Cowboys saw that as compensation lets you know how Quinnen Williams is perceived around his league.
With Lawrence, with what Carl just said, and I'm taking what Carl said to be the truth, because when Carl studies tape, he understands.
Yeah.
He knows what he's looking at.
And he calls the games for him, too.
Yes. He's around the team all the time.
Yeah.
If Carl just says that, and I'm not basing it just on that, I'm just basing it on the level of play. On the flip side, are the Giants in a similar or different position as to whether or not they should trade Dexter Lawrence before next week?
It depends on same thing with what you're getting. They're the same age. I don't see how you do that.
I wouldn't do it.
It is so hard to find. It's like trading a left tackle.
Yeah.
It is so hard to find these type of body types. Like, Dexter Lawrence is 340 pounds. Athlete. I can't think of, outside of Jordan Davis, I can't think of another person that's massive like that.
Well, stop looking at me.
That can do it. that can do what he can do.
All right, well, that makes sense. No, I get that. I would not trade Dexter Lawrence here. Why? Because they have what they think is the young quarterback. They have something that when you keep him, you actually can believe whether or not you have. Let me start that sentence again. If you keep him here, you're not paying the quarterback for a couple of years, and it's a luxury that you can afford. And he's still a very good player. So it's not like I'm in a bad spot if I keep Dexter Lawrence and bank on him still being in his prime and actually being able to regain the player who he was before.
Yeah. Am I tripping too? Because I could have swore, didn't the Jets make a move?
The Jets did make a move yesterday.
Okay, I'm thinking hold up, to me that's the big move.
Michael Carter?
Yes.
Michael Carter to the Eagles, and they swapped 6th and 7th round picks for John Mechie, the receiver.
That is a great move.
Okay, talk to me about that.
I mean, Michael Carter serves a purpose, right, for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a young player, reasonable contract. He had a really good contract, but the Jets were able to dump that money, get a higher pick in the 6th round that they can use for later. They swapped 7th, and they get a receiver, some type of receiver. Mm-hmm. Now, we don't know what John Mechie is and what he's been. This is the guy that was at Houston, I believe.
He was an Alabama guy. He was down in Houston.
Yeah.
He was sick. Remember, he had cancer.
Yeah, he missed the whole year.
Yeah, he had cancer, and then he got traded to the Eagles this past offseason, I believe.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was a highly touted guy.
Yes, absolutely. People were very high on him.
And he just got sick. So the Jets have an opportunity to maybe they dump salary, and now they have an opportunity to get a guy that can be a great receiver.
And I forgot he was this high of a pick. He was a 2nd-round pick in 22. He's 25 years old.
Right.
And he just hasn't kind of made it work as of yet. With Houston last year, 24 catches in 13 games. This year he's only played in 7 games, has 4 catches. Been hurt too, some.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, I don't hate that move at all.
Michael Carter was running down on kickoff. And so you dump money and potentially you got something, right? And let's see if Mechie can embrace his opportunity and see if he can play well.
The overall point for me on the whole thing is I would argue that these are probably the 2 biggest tradable assets that each team has.
Yeah.
And I think they're in much different positions as far as trading them away right now. And I would love to know what people think about it at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Our guy Jason McCourty is going to join us. Get your comments in on the YouTube chat as well. Got a couple of them. Carl was harsh, but he's not lying. I think Dexter is probably not 100%. That from Black Metronome checking in. Bart might be the most honest analyst in the game from Brooklyn Dude.
Hey, appreciate it, man. I mean, I'm too dumb to lie. It may not be always right, but you got to
I don't know. I'm pretty stupid, and I've lied many times in my life.
You understand, if I say it, I believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, generally that's the case with me. Generally. You never know.
If you get to the point where you lying to yourself, you are amazing. Like you don't convince yourself that you convince yourself of the lie?
Remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
Exactly.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo
Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Tailgate season is on, and Monster Energy flavors are bringing the heat. Crack open the wickedly creamy citrus blast of Orange Dreamsicle, or ride the shockingly smooth wave of Electric Blue. Both packed with real sugar, bold flavor, and that legendary Monster kick. This is the energy your game day deserves, so grab your can and unleash the beast.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino.
Download it.
Fight fans, Bud Light and ESPN New York are sending you to UFC at Madison Square Garden. Tap the Bud Light tile on the ESPN New York app and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets in the ESPN suite. Catching the action alongside me, Peter Rosenberg. Through November 7th, listen and enter through the Bud Light tile to score your shot at the ultimate fight night. Bud Light is the official beer of UFC, so make your move now on the ESPN New York app. Must be 21 and over. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Rules on the ESPN New York app. Please enjoy Bud Light responsibly.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 or lease for $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN 390557. MSRP $32,455. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per $1,000 financed. Ends 10/31/25.
Major mess now. Route 80 in New Jersey, eastbound. All lanes are stopped at the moment. East of exit 48. Looks like a serious crash up ahead. And you've got several tow vehicles and emergency crews on the scene. Stay with Route 46 there, eastbound side at exit 47. Again, you're stuck east of Montville in no man's land on eastbound 80. Gowanus is backed up both ways at Industry City. There's an outbound problem by Fort Hamilton Parkway. That's coming out toward the Verrazano Bridge. A mess going inbound from the Verrazano up to the Brooklyn Bridge with a crash over by the Battery Tunnel. Southbound Harlem River FDR Drive, a mess from the 130s all the way down to the 60s. George Washington Bridge, a 1-hour delay in from New Jersey. Better at the Lincoln or Holland tunnels. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, also on YouTube. He joins us each and every week at this time. He is ESPN NFL analyst Jason McCourty, also CBS as well. I tell you what, hey, last week, Jason and Andrew Catalan did me a huge solid. My niece is a junior at Indiana University, came to the game. They had her in the TV booth and in the TV truck for a lot of the time there. And that's just, you know what it is? It's just classy. It's classy. And when I think of class, I think of McCourty. That's what I think of.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, Carl. And she got to see an inside look of some maniacs talking football and how chaotic it can be on game day. So I hope she had a good time.
She enjoyed it. She's trying to figure out what she's going to do with life. But the point is, McCourty, classy. That's all.
You know, I was talking to Jamal yesterday. He said, "What up?" By the way, he was like, "Man, remind them that, you know what I'm saying, I invited them over to one of Bart's fight parties, and they say, man, he don't know us like that. We ain't going over there like that. Why y'all didn't pull up, man?"
Man, I'm not believing none of that. You talking to my guy West? He ain't say none of that. You making that up?
I promise. He said he invited y'all to one of my fight parties, and he was like, "Yo, like, we don't know that dude like that." You see, I thought I was a mad backer, man. I ain't the mad backer. I love people, man.
That is true. Any clip of you, man, you always seem angry. So you don't really know if you want to just pull up to that man's
house. Well, Jason, let's start here. We're talking about these teams here in New York as you're approaching the trade deadline next week. And you have two players at the same position in Quinnen Williams and Dexter Lawrence who are dominant players. Let's start on the Quinnen Williams side. The Jets have gotten their win. What is more important for the Jets the rest of this season? Is it to continue to win games, to continue to establish the winning culture, or is it to position yourself best for the future, thus you kind of consider all options on the table?
I think you attempt to do both. I think the last part you said with all options on the table, they just traded Michael Carter. If there's a trade that makes sense that's going to make your team better in the future, then you do that. With a guy like Quinnen Williams, you have to decide, is it more important to have a dominant interior defender for now and for the future, or is it worth giving up Quinnen Williams for a first-round draft pick and hoping that that guy becomes a Quinnen Williams? Because to me, when it comes to winning games and building culture, that always has to be paramount. I've been a part of organizations where you're in a season and you're saying, you know what, we're going to lose this year. We know that, but we're doing it to build for the years to come. And you start to build a losing culture, and you look up and you get better players on your team, but you have bad veterans on your team too. So you're bringing in these young guys to a culture and an environment that is not conducive to winning football games, and you look up and you have players on your team that they leave eventually and they become superstars in other programs and other organizations because it's built to win, and you bring them into a culture that's going to help kind of manufacture and help them grow and cultivate into the players that they have the potential to become.
Now, also, for me, with the trading Quinnen Williams, you had an opportunity to trade Quinnen Williams for Michael Parsons. To not make that trade and then to come back and trade him for $100,000 for a first-round draft pick, to me would be asinine. Somebody would deserve to get fired for that, because if you're going to trade somebody 8 weeks, 2 months later, then when you could have traded him for a generational talent that's a younger player that you would have had more time to build around, would be crazy as hell.
I don't know how anyone can disagree with that statement that you just said. A chance to get Mike, like, you're not making a trade at this point. And that's the thing, when you're doing it for draft picks and it looks good on paper, like, wow, next year in the draft in April, they have 4 first-round draft picks. You still don't know what those draft picks are going to equal out to. So to your point, if you could we're watching it in Green Bay, the Micah Parsons impact and how he has helped everybody there. So to me, at this point, no, you don't trade Quinnen Williams. You try to win football games and build this team so that when you get better players in the years to come, there's a culture there that people believe in Aaron Glenn and they believe in everybody that's in place.
Jason McCourty is with us, ESPN NFL analyst. You've heard the Carl Banks comments that he made about Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that for a second.
He couldn't even contain himself.
Yeah, I mean, and so Dexter Lawrence kind of responds. When you're a player and somebody makes comments about your play, and it's somebody like that, and you hear harsh words like that, how do you balance, like, where it's coming from versus what's being said?
For me, I can give a damn where it's coming from, and I'm saying that with the perspective of being in Dexter Lawrence's shoes and now being in Carl Banks' shoes. As a player, I don't care what Jason McCourty or his damn twin brother said or any other analyst that used to play the game, because you have to focus on what your job is at hand. When a guy crosses over to the media, you're just a member of the media to me. So if I'm Dexter Lawrence, I don't care about how many Super Bowls, how many games, how many whatever Carl Banks has accomplished. And I say that with all due respect because he knows what he's talking about. He played the game. But when you're in that locker room, you don't care what's being said outside of the locker room. When you start to really care about who's saying what, then the issues are way bigger than what the play on the field is. For Dexter Lawrence, it's about what is Shane Bowen in their meetings saying to him? What is the expectation? Do they feel like he's not playing up to his potential and what the expectation is for him this season? He's being double-teamed. He's always been double-teamed. So I think you got to look in the mirror if you're Dexter Lawrence, and you have to really evaluate what your play is amongst that defensive line and as a leader on that football team. But the whole, like, because this Hall of Fame or this former player said this, like, when you're playing, like, I don't care. And it's our job, Carl Banks and myself and Bart and guys that you play the game. It's your job to give your analysis and give your opinion about what you're seeing on the field.
But doesn't it sting a little bit more the fact that it's different from, like, national media saying something, but Carl still works for the team, so he watches every game. Like, sometimes it's hard to take criticism from people that may watch your worst plays but don't see you from or don't even know the context of the game and the play, and it was this quarter when this play happened and this had just happened and you had just got dinged up. Carl kind of actually has more insight because he's local and he watches every play because he does, I believe, the pre and post as well. He calls the play-by-play. So he's seen every single play. And what he was saying is that he's watching players that we don't think is as talented as Dexter Lawrence getting more respect from the opponents and making plays against the same people that Dexter isn't making plays. Now, I know, listen, it could have been a passing situation and the guy came in and it was a clear situation where, you know, Dexter could have been playing on first down and it's pass or run. So it's nuance to it, but it should be taken a little bit more internally from Dexter because it's coming from somebody that's so close to the situation and you know that he watches every play.
Yeah, I look at that as twofold because I think to what you just described, absolutely, as someone that is probably in the building, he's around it all the time from training camp all in. But I think that also adds to the fact that it's more personal. And I feel like national media, you come in and you may just turn the film on and you could have watched Dexter Lawrence and you might have been covering, you've had multiple games and calling games of the New York Giants. So you've been watching Dexter Lawrence throughout the course of the season. And you may say, hey, I'm looking at Dex and there's moments where he looks as dominant and there's moments where he seems like he disappears a little bit opposed to the opponent doesn't respect him. I think those type of comments, and to your point, the sting, I feel like Carl Banks, and when you're closer to the situation, your commentary may sting a little bit more because it's coming from a place where it's a little bit more personal to me. So your words and the adjectives that you choose to use or how you choose to describe the situation, you say it in a different way that probably stings a little bit more to the player. And I think, too, for the players, the only way it stings more is because you may look at this person and you see them all the time and you're continually having conversations and you may take it more personal. Because you may feel as though, well, damn, I just saw this person last week. Why didn't say that to me when we were having a conversation about the season or something like that? I think that's where it comes into play when it's the local guys opposed to somebody that's on the outside. Like, well, I have no touch point with them, so it really doesn't matter.
A couple more for you, Jason. Jason McCourty, ESPN NFL analyst. Also, which game do you have this week on CBS?
I'm in New England, Falcons and Patriots.
Okay. You get to see one of the best stories in the league. Let's ask you about that. The Patriots, the fact that they are back to where they are this quickly, that May is playing at this level. Just how do you evaluate it? Is it surprising that they find themselves back at 6-2 already?
It is. And obviously some of it, they were so bad the year before. Your schedule kind of dictates some of that. But what Vrabel has been able to do, and I think coming in and creating a culture that has enticed everyone to buy in and the nature in which he does it, where he cares about his guys, but he's hard on them, and the level of expectation does not lower at any point. I mean, even Christian Barmore, this last game, he didn't play in the first quarter. Coach's decision. And no one made a comment about it other than Vrabel saying, I have to make decisions that protect the team. That was all that was said. And I felt like that's a little bit old school in the sense of like, I'm holding you accountable, but it's also not for everybody outside the house to know about. It's discipline within. We handle it and we move on. I think that's just a small example of how they've been moving. And then you look at the Drake May piece of it. You get a new offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels. You spend money in free agency to bring in guys like Stephon Diggs, like Mac Hollins on the offensive side of the ball, leader type of players. You drafted Travion Henderson. So you're seeing not only Drake May get better, but his supporting cast has gotten a lot better, which has allowed him not only to play better, but his leadership has developed within that team and within that huddle. So, I mean, they're humming and they're rolling on all cylinders, and the defense has played a lot better over the last 5 weeks in their winning streak. So they're a team that, I mean, you went in and you're like, could they make the playoffs? Now you're starting to talk about them, but the way their schedule is going to finish up, that they potentially can push the Buffalo Bills to win the AFC East and be at the top of the AFC in general.
Just imagine if they didn't turn the ball over 5 times against Pittsburgh, where they would be.
I know. I know. They should have won that game.
And when you look at that, like, how is Josh McDaniels so effective as a play caller and a developer of quarterbacks, but yet he can't be a head coach in this league?
And it's drastically different roles. And I remember talking to Mike McDonald last year, his first year in Seattle as a head coach, and he said he was still learning how to be the head coach and be in front of the room. He brought Leslie Frazier on with him. And at that point, he was like, man, a lot of the guys go talk to Leslie even before they talk to me. And Mike was like, I had to get used to not locking myself in a room and just game planning, because that's what he was doing in Baltimore when he was the defensive coordinator. Now you become the head coach. Dude, like, you're an administrator. You have to put out so many fires. You're having conversations with the owner, conversations with the general managers, conversations with the trainers about players' health. There's so many other facets of the game that go so far beyond calling the plays and developing a quarterback. And the one thing we got to say about Josh McDaniels as an offensive coordinator, he is outstanding, and we're seeing it in fruition this season.
Jay, we appreciate it. Have a great call this weekend.
Oh, appreciate it. Good to talk to you guys.
And I hope next time, if you get the boxing invite, you can come through,
Let's
man.
go. Park's house. I'm there. I'm bringing alcohol. I'm bringing everything.
Yeah, just bring the alcohol. Exactly.
Jason McCourty, ESPN NFL analyst, and on CBS as well. He has got the Falcons and the Patriots this weekend. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN. He said something there at the very beginning that really caught my attention, too.
He moving up, though. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was getting a Solomon Wilcox, the old Arizona versus Cleveland games. He getting the good games, you know what I'm saying? They gave some juice, even though Michael Penix might not be there.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, the NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bathfitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Plus, a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments, or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bathfitter.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Holding. Defense.
The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. Listen, do not forget, if you're a YouTube TV customer, you need to be paying attention because I am one, and apparently we can lose ESPN and the sports that we love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. A little dispute going on here. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN. I'll tell you what. I'm just, and I get it. I work for them. But at the same time, I've got YouTube TV, and I'm paying for it. And I got it. I got YouTube TV because you went and you got the NFL package. That's why I went and did it. So if they can't cut a deal with ESPN, big fella's out. Adios, compadres.
You going to Tubi?
If I have to. Tubi have ESPN? Then we're good.
They might.
Then we're good.
Kind of, sort of.
You make it sound like Tubi might have it like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
They got like ESPN University. Telemundo. Like, hold on, where's the main one? Where's the 570? Like, nah, we ain't got that one.
It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. Also on YouTube, make sure you go over there and leave your comments as well. There are a couple checking in that I wanted to get to. Javi from Queens. Jets need to lose the rest of their games and get what they can from guys that won't be with them moving forward. So Jason said something in there that I thought was really, really interesting at the beginning that I want to talk about. Whether or not you should try to position yourself best for the future or how important it is to win games right now if you're the Jets, if you're Darren Muji, if you're Aaron Glenn. And something I hadn't really considered. When you go into tank mode, the guys who are younger guys on your team, who grow into veterans, who are around losing a lot early in their career, you are building bad veterans. And that eventually does not help when you are trying to really win and instill that culture. So while you can go get that great talent, those guys who have been around and who are losing, you now all of a sudden not just have to build the culture around the rookies and the younger players, but also around some bad veterans, and that might mean, well, we got some purging to do here too, and you don't want to move on from that. Like, that's not something, it's an obvious thing that I probably should have considered, but I really didn't.
Yeah, and that's usually what happens too. You know, and that's why a lot of times when new coaches come in, they pay the players that they deem that are veterans that's going to understand, like Garrett Wilson, like Sauce. You pay those guys and say, hey, we're going to figure it out. You're young enough that you can be around. But that's why Quinnen is such a interesting case study, because he's been here for the losing basically under two regimes. Yeah. I know Garrett and Sauce has too, but they've only been around it for 3 years, where Quinnen, this is year 7 for him.
Quinnen was drafted by McCagnon. That's 2 GMs ago. 3 GMs ago.
Right. So you talk about that's 7 seasons opposed to 3 or 4. So is he just mentally fried where like the losing is taking it out of him? Or is he going to be a guy that's stayed around like those guys that were underneath Harbaugh or the guys that were underneath Shanahan that stay around like the Fred Warners of the world, like guys that come in as young, they develop, and you build a culture, and as they get better, the team gets better. So it's no exact science to it. You just have to do what you feel is best, and it's like poker. When you're sitting there at blackjack, when the dealer got the 2 showing, it's a bus card for him. Just play it out. Mm-hmm. No need to be splitting tens and all that stuff. Let's just get the dub.
Yep.
But, when he got that face card showing, then you got to be a little bit more aggressive. So I think they should just be patient with Quinnen, because you have to hope that and anticipate that maybe after this win that we could have unlocked something, at least from a defensive standpoint, from an offensive standpoint, from a belief standpoint. And I would be interested to see. I wish the trade deadline was like a week after. So I want to see how the Jets come back from this win, and if they can show the maturity to make sure that they don't start feeling themselves and still play with the sense of hunger against a Cleveland team that they should be favored against. When they come back, you think they're favored? It's going to be tough.
It's going to be very
the Cleveland defense, but they don't have a quarterback either. I don't think so. Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah, but because of the Cleveland defense, I don't think so. It's going to be tight, but I don't think so. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, it is hunting season on One Nick. We'll explain next on ESPN New York.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Did you know women account for 2/3 of all Americans living with Alzheimer's and 2/3 of all Alzheimer's family caregivers? Join the Alzheimer's Foundation of America at its Women Empowerment Forum on November 5th in Amityville to learn practical ways women can reduce their risk for Alzheimer's and enhance quality of life for themselves and their loved ones living with Alzheimer's. For more information or to register, visit alzfdn.org or call 866-232-8484.
This is The Michael K. Show.
Woody Johnson doesn't need the money. He's a billionaire. What would it kill him to not raise prices next year? Just for the look of it. And then maybe if the Aaron Glenn experiment pans out and they change the culture and the Jets do make the playoffs next year, raise the ticket prices then. You don't have the good sense to leave it alone now?
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $40 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
Listen up, football fans. Ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Shop new fall offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease a 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $199 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $229 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy 1 year of complimentary Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
They say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
Harry Douglas here. Fellas, it's time to step up your grooming game. Manscaped just leveled up with the Lawnmower 5 and the Chairman Plus, two powerhouses built for unmatched precision, comfort, and control. Whether you're cleaning up before a night out, preparing for a big meeting, or getting ready for a game day, Manscaped has the tools to help you look and feel your absolute best. These aren't just old school clippers. They're engineered for modern men who take pride in their daily routine. So upgrade your grooming gear and experience the difference. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
It's pretty clear to me that if the Knicks are not going to get to the finals this year, the cat issue is going to be a big problem all season long. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. Well, first of all, and this is so early in the season that we're talking about all this. First of all, you hear from Mike Brown the other night talking about Cat and what he needs to work on to be better fitted into the offense.
I promise you, if we do the things that we're talking about offensively in terms of our staples, Cat's going to be more than fine. He's going to be more than fine. But whatever comes his way that night, whatever comes Jalen's way that night, whatever comes OG's way that night, they just got to embrace it. But we got to play with a little bit of pace, all of us individually. And I've talked to Cat about it. One of the things that is hard, or it's hard on us or him as an individual, is if you don't play with pace in certain areas, then you're going to get denied, pushed out, and now you're catching way out on the floor. Cat's got to figure out how to play with a little bit of pace. And he doesn't have to be Ariel or Mitch or anything like that. A little bit of pace within what we do, so now he can catch and he can make quick decisions with the basketball.
Get your ass up and down the floor is what the coach is saying.
How many times did you hear the word pace?
Yeah.
That was at least 5 or 6 times.
Yep.
And this was a guy that at time pace was the problem last year. Not getting back on defense, jogging down, like get a layup and his guy goes down and gets a 3-point shot or an opportunity to score because he's slow getting off the ground and running back.
I'm aware of the irony of me saying this, but Cat's got to be in better shape. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, you cannot sulk through the offseason about the fact that they're talking about potentially trading you for Giannis, a top 4 player in the league.
Oh, he plays with pace.
He gets up and down the floor. He's in great shape. They wouldn't have a problem fitting him in here. And so you're upset about that. Okay, that's fine. But a lot of people who are great competitors, when they're upset about something, it drives them even further. And there are sometimes I can understand where you kind of get driven down a little bit, but you also have to be able to respond. Here is Perk on the NBA Today going after Cat.
Karl-Anthony Towns. Hey, man, when is it going to stop? I'm expecting better from you at this time right now. Like, what I'm seeing right now, you got a coaching change, right? Obviously, you didn't want Tibbs because you didn't want Tibbs in Minnesota. So they bring in Mike Brown. You're still picking up those dumb, silly fouls. Mike Brown said it, that he's been talking to you about this, something that you should be trying to work to get better at. Those fouls come from a lack of effort and not wanting to move those puppies. I thought you could have came into the season in better shape, but you didn't. You know what I mean? That's a problem. We're talking about with the East being wide open, the Knicks, they added to their bench. They're pretty much everyone's favorite to represent the Eastern Conference.
Should be.
He has to be better.
This is the thing. It's not people going out of their way to disrespect him.
Yeah.
It's people going out of their way talking about how good of a player he is and why so much more should be expected of him. Why he needs to raise his game to the next level. And the way to do that is to be in better shape. Because if there's any disrespect going on here whatsoever, it is Cat to the rest of his teammates and to the game by not being in shape.
Yeah, at this point, this is year 11. So when are you going to get it? Like if he doesn't get it at year 11, year 12, like we were talking about Luka. Luka's in his early 20s. Jokic. You talk about guys, Zion. We have to add Cat to that list, and when is he going to take it seriously? Like, I mean, Zion, if Zion can get in shape, anybody can get in shape. Because he built like Booger McFarland. You know what I'm saying? Like, he built like big. So I just don't know, like, if it registers to Cat that you can't, nobody likes to see self-pity, right? You're a professional. What can take you to the next level ain't being the best shooting big man. And the fact that he says he doesn't have to be like Mitchell Robinson, why not? You're a better athlete. You're more talented. Why shouldn't you be held to at least a Mitchell Robinson standard?
Well, here's what's very clear to me about Cat. You look at the majority of his career, it is leaning on the talent. It is just leaning on the talent. And the work ethic does not look like it's there when you're not in the shape that you need to be. And if you're not going to want to play for Tibbs because he drives you too hard, how do you think it went when he found out that Mike Brown, who wants to get up and down the floor, was going to be his coach? How do you think he felt about that? That couldn't have been a great day. So at what point do we stop sulking about this? And he says all the right things publicly, but his actions show another thing. You know how many things I've been told in my life? You know how many people have said things to me in my life about different things that were going to happen or things that were or were not possible, only to have the actions mean absolutely nothing? In other words, the actions did not match the words in the least. Cat's actions are not remotely matching his words. And that is what, if that is what is going to hold the Knicks back this year from making an appearance in the finals, then I'm sorry. There shouldn't be any more discussion about Cat and whether or not he's part of the future. You're not. You're not, if that's the case. If you don't want to get ready and have the pride to get ready, come on.
I always hated those guys. It was like, oh, I'm going to get in shape during the season. Like, I'm going to play myself into shape. Like, that's not being a professional. And I used to hate when we used to have to be at camp and we would have to do extra conditioning because we were trying to get somebody in shape and we didn't want to point them out or single them out. So you making me run extra because this guy can't hold up his end of the bargain. Like, that's something that becomes distracting. If the team defense is bad because he's not getting up and getting back and helping to get the defense set. Like, those are all things that become things that everybody sees. And some people gonna start pointing it out, especially if things go bad, that he's not playing well. Because you got your individual component of the game, but then you have your individual component of the game where you're dependent on as somebody that can help the unit. And team defense is very important. But to do that, the silly fouls, like I said before, is because of the lack of conditioning.
That to me is the most inexcusable part of it. Because you can talk about not making the silly fouls anymore, but if it's because you're not fast enough to get into position, that's on you.
No.
That's on you. And when the coach is saying this in the nicest way possible that he could say it, and he's trying to get it across, and Cat and I have talked about that. You know, come on now.
Right.
Come on.
Coach, I'm a new coach. I got to talk to you about effort. Every coach that I ever said, listen, I'm not going to – one thing I refuse to coach is effort.
I'll tell you, and the people in the YouTube comments right now, too, like, Jose, the Cat hate continues, LOL. Yeah, you're going to LOL later in the year when he has dumb foul. He's got 5 fouls early in the fourth quarter, and he's not getting up and down the floor, and you're in trouble offensively because of it, because they're triple teaming Jalen. Oh, and what do you know? It turns out Bridges is not that great of an offensive player. We already knew that, but we handed him the money. Cat's supposed to be
number 2.
Yeah, really 1A. If we're being truthful, Cat's really supposed to be 1A.
I thought the offense was going to run through Cat.
So if you
inside out.
If you guys want to talk, because they're playing 5 out sometimes, I know Cat loves to shoot it from outside, going to get his opportunities there too. Like, this could not be setting up better for you. And it couldn't be more of an incentive, yet here we are, having to talk about this early in the season because you haven't shown up in shape. And, yeah, I get it. I'm saying this. I know it's funny because that's all I'm getting in the comments, too. I get it. But you know what part of my job is? Part of my job is not to be in shape.
Yeah.
I look like a talk show host should look like. Bart's the one who's really not doing his job here by working out all the time. I'm the one who's supposed to be eating candy, which, by the way, it's Halloween, and everybody's bringing in Halloween candy.
Did you see what was out there? I ate one just because I just needed a sugar kick.
What'd you get?
It's a Mounds bar.
Mounds? Like, what? That's like K drafting Mounds 4th overall.
Yeah, it was like dark chocolate Mounds.
What? Dark chocolate Mounds? That's why it was available.
Yeah,
let me guess. All that was left was Mounds and Almond Joy.
It was all Mounds.
There's a reason for that.
I ain't seen any other candy, so I wonder if somebody went specifically bought Mounds, or were they 2 for 1, buy one get 3 free or something like that.
One of the women who works here in the office, Julia, yesterday says to me, you know, she has a big bowl of candy on her desk, and she's like,
oh, she does?
Here it is. Yes, she does. Or 2 days ago says this. Here it is. It's right here. And she looks at me like she's almost purposely tempting me and just says, now, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but this is still going to be here. And I just looked at her and I said, why would you say that?
Why you look at me?
Well, if you're looking for a little snack or something, and she wasn't saying it purposely to be mean, she was saying it'll be here. And I'm like, honestly, I'm better off without the information that it's there. And what happens? I hit that thing like 4 times yesterday.
It's like Christmas for you.
Yeah. Comes back in this morning. She's like, oh, my God, it was a barrage. I'm like, all right, settle down. I had 2 of the mini Snickers and 2 of the mini Twix. Everybody just calm down.
Did she take like 2 of them out, like little breadcrums?
I don't know, but she was refilling this morning. She was refilling this morning.
I'm about to hit the stash now, bro. You should have never told me. Let me find some Hershey Kisses.
I don't think she had any of those. She had some of the other. She had some like gummy worms in there. I didn't see any Reese cups. If the Reese cups were in there, she wouldn't have any left. I would have taken every last one of those. She got some Milky Ways in there too, but they are the minis that you like. They are the minis.
Like the minis.
Anyway, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. David and Elizabeth is up. What's up, D? What's going on, dude?
Yo, what up, fellas? Man, I want to go all over the map with y'all, but I just want to touch base with Jets and Karl Towns at the end. So, look, this is what I want to say with Jets, us entering the bye. I want us to continue on a positive note. As far as the new regime, Tanner, check. Muji, so far, check. Glenn, question mark. Wilkes, garbage, X, out of the new regime. So far, I like what we're doing. I don't want to part with none of the Williams twins, as you can see. But I know Quincy just had a daughter, so he's not taking a hometown discount. We're probably going to lose him. I don't want to lose Quinnen unless we're going to get good value. And it's hard moving on from players you respect and like. And, they've been part of your organization for a while. So it's a really tough pill to swallow, Paul. And, I don't want it to happen. I don't want to lose Brees. I don't want to lose none of my pieces. But I need to be a realistic fan. If it's going to better the team for the future, they should do it. I don't want to see it done, but I'm all for the future. Karl Towns, not for nothing. Everybody keeps pointing it out. Perkins pointed it out. Yo, bruh, you are gassed. The other day, watching that halftime report, because they be interviewing the players, the lady walks up to him to talk. He's like, like, bro, I almost saw Vader from WWE was on the TV. I'm like, bro, you gassed.
Hang on a second. You said pause earlier, but you didn't say it after that.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
You sound like Forrest Gump. Boy, your mama sure do care about your education.
Yo, real quick, fellas, before y'all let me go, I just want to ask y'all 2 quick questions. Carlin, you got to earn your stripes, even though Bart earns his every day. With the Towns thing, like I was saying, like, Bart, when you're getting paid that kind of money, life-changing money, no disrespect, and we're not watching pockets, I'm sorry, bro. I'm going to put everything, every blood, sweat, tear, ounce, whatever I got to do to be fit to do my job. Like, bro, people don't make that kind of money. So why are you not putting your best foot forward to give what's best for the organization and your team and your representation? And Carlin, I'm not going to hold you. I'll just ask you tomorrow because I'm asking for a lot. So you guys just unpack what I said. Appreciate you, gentlemen.
Okay. Listen, the Towns thing to me, there's no disrespect going in his direction. The disrespect is coming from his angle. The mere fact that we're still talking about this from the way he's handling himself. That's the problem.
You expect more because we knew that was the issue going into the end of last season, the playoffs.
We expect more because of the talent, because of what you're capable of doing, and that's what everybody's trying to get across. Like, they know what you are doing, and they know how good you are, but there are the people that just sit back, relax, and rely on the talent, and that's what's going on right now.
It reminds me of like Riddick Bowe, right?
Yeah.
Riddick Bowe, they was like
incredibly talented guy, great fighter, fat.
Remember Holyfield? Like, so I used to talk about I used to love like the Legendary Nights. If anybody ever like don't remember that series with Jim Lampley, he goes over the inside stories of the greatest fights that ever took place, and you can watch it on YouTube. It's amazing stuff. He goes with Hagler, Hearns. He goes Hearns, Sugar Ray. It's like the Riddick Bowe trilogy is in there. The Mickey Ward trilogy is in there. And, Holyfield was talking about how the first time he fought Bowe, he knew he was everybody knew how extremely talented Bowe was, but he had the he was known to gas out. So, like, Holyfield thought he could just, wait it out and take him to deep waters and it'd be safe. He's like, but the first time they fought, like, he didn't gas out. He's like, why he ain't gassing out? Because he was in the best shape of his life. And we saw that also with Buster Douglas when he fought Tyson.
Yep.
And then when he fought Holyfield, he just took it. He $25 million, he just took a dive.
He looked like James the Grim Reaper Roper taking his robe off in the Great White Hype.
Yeah, man.
I remember so vividly watching the Douglas fight against Holyfield. It was just so clear. Oh my God.
Yeah,
this is not going to last.
Yeah, he retired. And so, like, that's how it is. Like, we've had these extremely talented players. And, some can say to a certain extent Shaq late in his career, because you heard Kobe like, got to get in shape, his fit, big fat butt and stuff like that. Orlando Shaq was a totally different animal, an early Lakers Shaq. But I forgot that was Charles Barkley or that was either Kobe that was saying that they would have been more dominant if he would have took his conditioning seriously.
Yeah. I think it was Kobe.
And sometimes it's frustrating when you see guys like Zion, when you see guys like Luka that refuses to do the extra things to go from good to great.
But even Luka this offseason.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because Luka went to L.A. and he figured out what it was like and what a premier athlete looks like. It's almost like the story when you hear Anthony Edwards say when he worked out for the Golden State Warriors, they was like, are you sure that's as hard as you can go? He's like, Steph and Clay, they go way harder than that. He was like, he had to call his trainer and say, we got to do something different. We thought we was in shape. We ain't in the right shape that we supposed to be in. It's a difference between greatness shape and just good shape. Because what happens is you get to these situations late in games and they come down ultimately to moments. And are you going to have what it takes to be able to give the extra effort when the opponent can't? And that's what's frustrating about Cat, because he's one of these guys that can't get in shape. Remember Rick Mahorn, right?
Yep.
And the Tap Tap documentary. And he talked about how they got him in shape, and they had to get him in the right shape so that you can be an elite athlete, because the talent is God-given, but the shape and conditioning is earned.
Let's hear a little something from Samuel, and then we'll continue at 800-919-3776 on Cat and on the effort. And some of you want to chime in on this, do it right now at 800-919-3776. Lines are open for it. Also on the YouTube chat on the ESPN New York YouTube page.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. And you should be out there tailgating and cheering on your team and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help, and Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, Jersey's top pain specialist, can help you out. He's an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he's dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no medication, just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that delivers real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica. With a plan that is customized for you, same-day and next-day appointments are available. And with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you down on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Jeremy Picks chiming in on the YouTube chat. Once Cat starts scoring, that will mean Bridges will tail off and you clowns will cry about him. No, not what we're talking about. What we're talking about with Cat is it's not just starting to score, it's starting to complete the game.
And not have silly fouls because you're out of shape and you're too lazy to move your feet.
It's those are the ones that drive me insane. When you cannot move and you're going to get the dumb fouls
because you're reaching because you're not in shape.
You're trying to catch up.
You're trying to take a break, and teams won't let you take a break because they're getting you in a pick and roll, and you got to deal with it that way.
Ryan, the mailman, is next. ESPN New York. Ryan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, fellas, how y'all doing? Been a long time, man.
Good to hear from you.
Did you decide to use a PTO day because of the rain?
Actually, I'm using the sick day but I do have a doctor's appointment.
Oh, good. I know how it works, brother.
But I wanted to.
Let me guess. That's a virtual doctor's appointment.
Nah.
Okay.
I like to make it as early as possible. But I wanted to what diet?
Doc, can you see me at 6:10 a.m.?
Right. That's how you do it. Carl. Give me that first, 7 a.m. appointment.
Exactly. Go ahead. What do you got?
Is Lamar? It's Karl-Anthony on the Lamar Odom diet. Remember, Lamar Odom was eating gummy worms and Oreos after practice. What are you doing?
DK
I'm a
Metcalf does the same
basketball fan.
Get the champ some butter brickle ice cream.
I feel robbed, honestly. Like, all the money that he gets paid, or athletes in general, as a fan, I want to see the team at the best. I want to see a player at the best. And I would hate for the Knicks to falter this year because Cat can't get together, and we get robbed as fans of seeing what should be the best team in the East make it to the finals. Like, I want to see the best team. I don't want to hear I need to be like these shouldn't be excuses. Oh, he's out of shape. Like, he gets paid too much, and as fans, you owe it to your fans. You owe it to the fan base to put your best effort on the court when you get out there, not to be whispering in the ear of the referees because you can't breathe to get up the damn court. Like, it's ridiculous at this point in time.
I wonder.
You want to see.
I wonder, like Ryan. I wonder what when we talk about accountability, and we talk about other players holding each other accountable. I'm wondering how that differs in a situation like the NBA when you've got such a. It's so much smaller of a room that you have to work with trying to hold guys accountable, and who takes that role.
I agree, and I remember, like, back in the days. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm in my 30s, but I remember it was like if you couldn't keep up with Kobe, get off the court. If you couldn't keep up with Jordan, get off the court. They held each other accountable, and who's doing that in today's league, or rather for Cat? Because this ain't the first time we've heard this. This was the story in Minnesota, and it's the story all over again. Like, when is he going to get it together?
Yeah, I think about, Andrew Bynum?
Oh, God. Andrew Bynum. Woof. There are plenty of guys. You can go chapter and verse on a lot of guys.
Charles Barkley. Remember when Charles Barkley tells you about the conversation he had with Dr. J? Or no, Moses Malone. And Moses Malone's like, bro, you fat.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you got to get in shape. And he started working out with Moses Malone. He lost 25 pounds, but he was like, because you think you know what shape is, but you have to find somebody that's going to be honest with you.
And you got to find somebody that's going to drive you to the next level. And listen, maybe you don't care about getting to the next level.
Yeah.
Then that's on them for going and trading for you.
But then don't complain about the role.
Yeah. That's where I'm going to have the bigger problem is we're going to complain about the role all season long. We're not going to be happy with that. And one of the two of the people bringing up on the YouTube comments about whether or not Cat and Tibbs didn't like each other. I don't think Cat hated Tibbs, but I don't think Cat was going to the mat for Tibbs to save him because he didn't try to do that in either situation.
Yeah, somebody was part of that poll, that exit interview that got Tibbs up out of there.
You know, it's funny.
Him or if it was Bridges.
Whenever we hear about those exit polls, we never hear about the guy that stood up and said, you cannot fire him. That's a mistake if you fire him. You never hear about that guy. You never hear about that guy. I'd love to know who that was, if there was somebody. Martin in Brooklyn. I don't think there was. Martin, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, I don't begrudge athletes getting the money that they get because they're only sharing the total pie of what the owners are getting as well. But when it comes to basketball, they're getting paid based on the amount of years of service instead of earning it through production. So Cat never played hard enough for people to think all of a sudden because you're getting a big contract that he's going to change. Barton, you know this. Like, a big money contract doesn't change who you are. And people call it life-changing money, but no, it doesn't change you. It just exposes who you already are. And Cat never played hard. Talented as hell, but never played hard. And that's the problem people have, thinking that all of a sudden they get paid, they're going to play harder. The only thing that's going to change you is if you go from a playoff team to a bad team, or you get your minutes cut, or you're out the league. That's what changes you, but not a big money contract.
Yeah, money. To your point, money usually makes you more what you already are.
I always use that line. It's that you gave it to me a few years ago.
Yeah,
I always use that line.
But also, what happens is if you don't have to change, you usually won't change.
Yeah,
it takes a leadership in an organization to demand that. Like, the worst thing that can ever happen to Cat in his career is if he ever goes to a Pat Riley or Spoelstra team.
Oh, my God.
He going to be like, man, this is out here like the Junction Boys. He's like, man, get me out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain
leaving in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's certain places that you go that not being in shape isn't an option.
Yeah. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. We've got more sound coming. You heard from Perk earlier. You will hear from a couple of other interesting folks today, including the guy who's apparently really in charge of making all the hires down at LSU, and Primetime chiming in with just a phenomenal quote. Can't wait to hear it. It's on the way. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24th, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has all the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats right at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy teams synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, the NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
There he goes to the 20, 10, 5. That's a Jet touchdown. That's a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, be there at MetLife Stadium to see the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m., presented by Verizon. Don't miss your chance to experience the excitement of game day at MetLife Stadium and cheer on your Jets. Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets and get ready to clear the runway.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
They just start playing the music. They don't tell us. Did you say anything? Did you tell us?
Oh, we did. Well, both of us did.
All right. Well, maybe the volume was down too much. I just ran into the other room for a second to grab something. Sorry about that. We're not going to blame you this time.
How long were you on?
About 3.5 minutes.
I didn't even see, we not even back right here.
Bart scrolling the gram watching Steve Harvey videos.
Inspirational videos.
Why would I turn on the camera if you're not ready to go?
Oh.
I'm not going to do you like that.
Well, I appreciate that.
You left it on last week during a break when I'm picking my nose.
Did we just leave the music on? Did we listen to a whole album, or are we get sued from Sony?
I don't think we'll get sued. I think we'll be okay. Hey, what is your favorite drink this time of year when it starts to get a little cold?
Apple cider with cinnamon and stuff in it.
All right, besides that.
Some people like coquito.
I don't even know why I asked him. You're a big hot chocolate guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all year.
Yeah. Oh, that's all year. You're a hot chocolate all year guy.
Yeah, hot chocolate with half. And sometimes I put a half espresso in there.
So we mixed it up this week. Carlin's Corner Table, best hot chocolate in the city, supposedly.
Oh.
I went yesterday. That's what we'll be doing tomorrow. Supposedly. We'll see.
How many seconds on the whipped cream?
No, so the place I went is a place called Cafe Panna. There are two of them, Panna, and it's more of an ice cream place. But they are so well known for their hot chocolate that they have a separate line for hot chocolate outside.
Nice.
So I went and did that. So it's a high-end hot chocolate where it's not for me.
The cocoa is at 98%.
Yeah, it very
pure uncut.
Exactly. And the whipped cream is not out of the can. It's whipped cream. It's whipped cream. So we will handle that tomorrow. But for me,
cinnamon on the top. What do they put on the top of the whipped cream?
There was some chocolate on top of that. Chocolate shavings on top of that. Okay. So we will get into that tomorrow. I also did another bagel place yesterday, Apollo's Bagels, which people are very high on. We'll get to that soon. I was going to ask you this. I have to go to Chicago today.
Ooh.
And I'm driving down to Champaign, Illinois for the Rutgers game, right?
Italian beef?
I was thinking about I'm not doing pizza, okay?
Italian beef.
All right, let's talk about this for a second. First of all, we're not doing Chicago-style pizza. It's crap. You wait an hour. It's 40 pounds of bread. It's 2 pounds of cheese and a little bit of sauce. It's garbage.
And 100% of delicious.
No, it is not. As Jon Stewart accurately described it, it is an above-ground pool for rats. That's exactly what it is.
Listen, I would say that, man. Just call it a piece of quiche.
So I was going to say, first of all, there's the Italian beef, and then there's also the Portillo's hot dogs. So I'm wondering which of those two things I should do.
I get both.
I don't know if I'm going to have time to do both.
Are you going to do with the?
I'm going to do the show tomorrow from ESPN 1000 in Chicago, assuming my flight gets out today.
Okay,
I don't know.
You have the bun with the poppy seeds on it. You have to have a celery salt.
I don't love a ton of things on it. That's why, I have to eat it that way.
Well, they come that way. Come with the 2 sliced tomatoes, 2 sports peppers, a pickle. And
I don't love.
They have this relish that look like it glow in the dark.
Yeah.
When you get it there, it's like a crazy color green.
So this is the point.
So just get the Italian beef.
So if it's something that I don't like, all those things, I like mustard on a hot dog. I'll go with onions on a hot dog. I'll even put ketchup as long as it's with mustard on a hot dog. But I'm not a sauerkraut guy. I don't love putting 100 different things on hot dogs. So if that's the case, should I not do it because I'm immediately going to be biased going in against it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have the one the hot dog is pretty much, you got the Maxwell Street Polish, but that's I don't really know if that's a Chicago thing. They call it the Street Polish.
Yeah.
But the Italian beef, you think like the salt hanks and all that stuff, the dip stuff is.
Yeah.
They have like these little spicy ass like carrots and like that mix that gets like pickled.
Yeah.
Oh, the Street Polish, they have it in its juice.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, maybe I'll do the Italian beef.
Get the Italian beef, man.
Joe Leo, what do you think? What's your take on this situation?
As someone who went to Chicago specifically for Portillo's,
yes,
get the Italian beef and a chocolate cake shake.
The Italian beef at Portillo's?
Yes.
But isn't Portillo's famous for the hot dog?
They got it everywhere.
Hot dog,
but Italian beef is
their
everywhere.
Italian beef is also tremendous.
All right, but is there
you got
one?
the dip? You dipped it too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Is there one place for the Italian beef in Chicago that's particularly famous?
It's kind of like Philly with the cheesesteaks.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody does
has
Italian
their
beef.
own.
Italian beef is their thing.
Right.
I know about the chocolate cake shake. My nephew was there a few weeks ago and had it.
Also,
here's the thing. I don't need a sugar crash in the middle of, driving through the state of Illinois tomorrow afternoon.
Hey, man, get one of them cars that drive themselves.
I saw one of those last week in L.A.
I know somebody
or
that
2 weeks ago in L.A.
Yeah.
It freaks me out, man. Like it says,
a lot of people do that to get high.
What do you mean?
They get in the car and let that do it, and they get high.
Well, no, like these things just didn't have anybody in them. They were called Waymo.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about people who get in them. Like they got like Teslas and stuff like that. They drive.
Talking about passengers that will purposely get in it and just get high to get in it.
Yeah.
And then do it because it's freaky.
Exactly.
I don't know, but listen, that would be terrifying to begin with. And although we all know people who just should not have licenses anyway. So I don't know. Anyway, all right. So Portillo's for the beef and then the chocolate cake shake.
If you're not a big Chicago-style hot dog, the Italian beef is something for you that you would go there, and it is really, really good.
All right, so I should try it. And
you never had Italian beef?
I don't think so. Not the Chicago kind. No.
I didn't even know it was another kind. I've never seen it on any menu anywhere else outside of Chicago.
Do you watch The Bear?
What's The Bear?
The Bear's a TV show. It's about a guy that had an Italian beef stand left to him by his brother, but he was like a very fancy chef, and so he took over the stand, and now like in season 2 or 3, they changed it over, and he opened a very high-end restaurant, but they still sell the beef out of a side window.
That's dope.
Yeah. The show is much more complex about the characters and all that. It's an excellent show. But the guy stars in it is the guy who's playing Springsteen in the movie right now, Jeremy Allen White.
I haven't saw that movie.
I have not seen it yet either. I do want to see it.
It should be on like streaming by now. Usually movies, after 3 weeks, you can stream them from your house.
Yeah, they're still in the theater right now only, as far as I know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, anyway, Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. You know what? I'm going to have to postpone it because I wouldn't shut up there. And we got Fortenbaugh coming up. So we'll do audio files here in a little bit. Fortenbaugh coming up next. Let's get some money. That would be nice. And I want to remind you that he does this completely free of charge. We just waste his time and get as much out of him as we possibly can without doing anything for him in return. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Ballybet Sportsbook.
Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet, Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
Shop new fall offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease a 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $199 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $229 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy 1 year of complimentary Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just 1 day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $40 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just any tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your best friend stole it. Now you're on eBay, and there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Where else can you find that mint trading card you searched everywhere for, or your first car, the one you wish you never sold? It has to be eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Fight fans, Bud Light and ESPN New York are sending you to UFC at Madison Square Garden. Tap the Bud Light tile on the ESPN New York app and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets in the ESPN Suite. Catching the action alongside ESPN New York's Peter Rosenberg. Listen and enter through the Bud Light tile to score your shot at the ultimate fight night. Bud Light is the official beer of the UFC, so make your move now on the ESPN New York app.
Must be 21 plus. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Rules on the ESPN New York app. Please enjoy Bud Light responsibly.
We take, we do not give. We do not give anything. We only take, especially when it comes to Joe Fortenbaugh each week. He does this for nothing. He, of course, of ESPN Bet and of First Take, where you see him tomorrow along with Get Up, and he joins us right now in his weekly spot, once again, completely free of charge or any sort of compensation, not even a gift certificate to Arby's. Good morning.
Good morning. And fully prepared, fully ready, came across the campus to find a nice quiet spot because that's what Joe Fortenbaugh does. He doesn't mail in these interviews, whether it's paid or not, and it's never paid in any scenario whatsoever. But it's a focus and a dedication and a level of commitment to the people of New York. And this is coming from a guy who roots for Philadelphia sports teams. So what do you make of that, New York City?
I tell you what, when Charles made that statement that ESPN would pay you, but they would work the hell out of you, he had you in mind. He was talking about you.
He really was.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you work 7 days a week.
7 days a week, and not only that, I just found out, and I'm not going to get into any details on the who or the how, but boy, did I get hoodwinked on. I was offered to do something that was sold to me as it's going to be big, it's going to be big names, it's huge, this is really good for you. So I commit, and I locked in, and I did everything that was needed, and then I found out today, none of what we were saying is going to happen.
Oh.
None of those other names are involved, but you're still doing it, right?
Oh.
And it also happens to be at a questionable time of year. So it's just one of those things where it's like, again, Joe Fortenbaugh, man of integrity, man of his word. He will be there, but not exactly thrilled. That got dropped on me right before this interview, so I hope someone's got some jokes for me today because your boy's a little angry right now.
A little cranky. So let me guess. Listen, we're gonna have you do it. We're gonna have you do a special on Christmas Eve, but Stephen A's doing it. Stephen A will be there. Orlovsky will be there. SVP will be there. Just the four of you, and then you find out it's you and Randy Scott.
All I'm gonna say is, your little joke is not that far off.
All right. Let's talk gambling. Let's get to tonight. Now, talk to me about the Miami Dolphins because I really have no interest in them at all in any way. Yet I do want to make some money on them. So what is my best course of action tonight with a Baltimore Ravens team that I'm still trying to figure out, and everybody seems to expect to go on a run here?
I think we go ahead and we bet the Ravens. I have laid the 7.5. I have played the alt line minus 13.5. I think we have serious blowout potential. If you want to get into some of the props, we can discuss that in a moment. Bart can speak to this a little bit, but what I start with is the story today and the narrative about the game is Lamar Jackson, his health, what's he going to look like, what's it mean for the Ravens. Always start Thursday Night Football with an analysis of the coaches. It's the most important thing, in my opinion. Injuries and travel are very important here, too. But everyone knows about injuries and travel. Not enough is made of the coaches. What do I mean by that? This is a very short turnaround. When you play on a Sunday and then have to be ready to play an NFL game 4 days later, you need really good coaching to get a game plan together and implemented and executed in a short amount of time. Good coaches are able to pull this off. Bad coaches can't. Mike McDaniel in his career on Thursday, 0-4 straight up, 1-3 against the spread, losing by an average of 14 points per game. Like the one cover was the Buffalo game earlier in the year where, they were kind of competitive, but ultimately they didn't win. Like they lose and they get blown out in these spots. Meanwhile, John Harbaugh, 11-5 straight up. He's 8-8 against the spread, but 11-5 straight up. Harbaugh's a guy who has his team prepared. That's what I'm leaning on tonight. When you look at some of the props for the game, I think Isaiah Likely, the backup tight end for Baltimore, his props 23.5 yards. That's low. I'd go over. Miami stinks defending tight ends. Keaton Mitchell, backup running back for the Ravens. Rushing prop is 13.5 yards. I'd go over. Again, if it's a blowout, what are the things that happen in a blowout? Starters like Derrick Henry probably have a great game, but then you probably yank him late. Keaton Mitchell only needs 13.5 yards. He averaged 10 yards per carry last week in that game against Chicago. They finally gave him some run. I think he's challenging Justice Hill for that second spot, so he's another guy I would lean into as well.
Remember, he was the guy that they had high hopes for 2 seasons ago. Yeah. He's Anthony Mitchell's son. He got injured, blew his knee out and that really hurt them in their playoff runs because he's a guy that comes in. He's so fast and give some big explosive plays. So, I definitely see it that way. But last week with that Atlanta team, with the team, the Miami team, I didn't expect that last week either. So I don't know, is they still if they're still playing for McDaniels or if they're not. But last week was an indication that they still had a little life left in them.
so that's a great point because when you're evaluating Miami today, that's what you have to ask yourself, right? I would say you could look at that, and we can dive more into that in a moment. I'd also say go back 11 days ago when this same team went to Cleveland and just got absolutely rolled. So where do we put more weight? I don't think we put more weight on either of them. I think we have to evaluate them properly. The game last week, how much of that was Miami just really being well coached and executing, and how much of that is Atlanta just not showing up at all with Kirk Cousins as a backup quarterback? Like, the Falcons have been historically known for this type of thing. You'll see them win a game like we did against Buffalo, and we thought, oh, my God, Michael Penix, Atlanta, boy, have they figured it out. And then they go lay an egg against the Niners, and then they lay an egg against Miami, and then don't be surprised, I'm already going to tell you this, sharp money coming in on the Falcons against New England this weekend because New England's overpriced. So now they might surprise the world by beating New England, and then everyone's back on the train. And when it's all said and done at the end of the year, it all averages out to Atlanta being an average team. So I look at last week, I think, Bart, you make an excellent point bringing that up. 1 for you, 0 for Carlin so far. The fact that game, to me, is a little bit more about Atlanta just not showing up at all than it is we should be believing in the Miami Dolphins.
Joe Fortenbaugh, ESPN Bet Live. You see him tomorrow on First Take and on Get Up. College this weekend, 2 games and lines in particular that really caught my attention. Penn State getting 21. I know what's happened with Penn State, but 21 in Columbus, and then Vandy on the road in Texas, a team I do not trust to save my life, and Texas being a 2.5-point favorite at home. What do we got?
All right, so let's start with Penn State. It depends on where you look, because if it's 21, it's a no bet for me. If it's 20.5, like you see at some other books, we get inside of 3 touchdowns.
Yes.
I'd look to Ohio State here. Couple reasons. Ohio State's defense has just been incredible. They're giving up fewer than 6 points per game. Like, they have just been lights out. And this Penn State offense doesn't have a whole lot going for them. Penn State's also off a heartbreaker against Iowa. Like, that game was right there for them to win and get back on track, and then they just puked all over themselves and blew it late. So now you got to turn around and go to Columbus, and what we would love is for Ohio State to get caught looking ahead, but there's nothing to look ahead to. They got Purdue next week. So I think ultimately they just put it on Penn State. I would lay the 20.5. I don't have a lot of faith in the Lions. I do, however, find myself intrigued by Texas minus 2.5. This comes down to a couple things. Number one is the matchup. Vandy's a very good team running the football, especially with quarterback Diego Pavia. A lot of inside zone. Texas, our focus when we break them down is always about Arch Manning in the offense. That defense and that run defense are very, very good. I think they can limit what Vanderbilt wants to do, and then I think that opens up the field a little bit for Texas's offense to get things going. People are finally coming around on Vanderbilt, so it's being affected in the line, and now it looks like the value is gone. So Diego Pavia, 26-10 against the number, going back to his last year at New Mexico State. This is where Joe Fortenbaugh zags. Everybody's zigging to Vanderbilt. Joe Fortenbaugh zags. He goes with Texas.
They call him Fortin Zag in this instance. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
Or Zag and Baugh. Zag and Baugh, if you want. Whatever your particular choice would be, that's fine.
Zag and Baugh got a nice little ring to it.
Yeah, Zag and Baugh I kind of like better.
Yeah.
Zag and Baugh, we'll go with that.
Okay.
It's a workshop. We workshopped it.
And then this week, and then Sunday, give me a couple of your specials here. Give me the Fortenbaugh specials. What do we got?
Okay, first off, be very careful, like I said, with New England, okay? Peak pricing on New England. They were as high as 6.5. We've seen it dip to 4.5 at some shops. Just be careful. Everyone loves New England right now. Everybody hates Atlanta. That's a recipe for disaster when betting the NFL. Keep that in mind. Another one. This is not for the faint of heart. If you are a New Yorker with heart problems, you're not in great shape, you do not want to make this bet, Carolina plus 13.5 against Green Bay. All right, look at the spot for Green Bay. Off a huge Sunday Night Football win against Pittsburgh, and now they got the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles on deck. Wedged in between is whatever you want to call the Carolina Panthers, but you're laying a ton of points, and Carolina's defense has made big improvements this season. We've also seen Green Bay lay eggs offensively throughout the year, and I love the fact that head coach Matt LaFleur was asked about it, I think, yesterday, and he talked about how, don't worry, we're not overlooking Carolina. If you have to tell everyone you're not overlooking Carolina, that's a problem right there. So we're going to take the Panthers. The other one where I'm going to go against what most people are thinking, I know the pros are going to line up on Washington. I got no problem laying 2.5 with Seattle on the road. Mike McDonald, since he took over in Seattle last year, Seahawks have been incredible on the road. 10-1 straight up. 7-3-1 against the spread.
Wow.
They're off their bye week. Washington just played Monday night, so it's an all-time rest advantage for the Seahawks. Seahawks defensively are going to be getting healthier in the secondary with that bye week. I would lay the 2.5 with Seattle. Not a sharp play. Sharp's going to be on the other side with Washington, so keep that in mind. I also like the Chiefs over Buffalo. People will say, oh, you're just buying into the fact that the Chiefs are back. This bet is more anti-Buffalo than it is pro-Kansas City. Let me explain. 5 wins this year for Buffalo. 4 of them have come against the Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints, and the Panthers, who are a combined 8-24. The other win came against Baltimore in Week 1, which you could say was quite fortuitous the way that game broke. They lost to New England. They lost to Atlanta. Ed Oliver's not there on the D-line. I would lay it with Kansas City.
Here's what I love about all of that. First thing, the question was, give me your specials, knowing full well he was doing all of the work. I have taken the last 8 minutes off, and it's been beautiful.
Yeah.
I've returned 2 emails.
Just by design.
Yeah. Think about it. Like, Ray reached out, your producer, when this all first started, and we were just getting to know each other, and he's like, hey, what games are you hot on? So Carlin knows how to tee you up. Don't worry about it. Just ask, what do you like, and get the hell out of the way.
Number 2, once again, want to reiterate, doing it completely free of charge. And just wanted to fill you in on my plans this afternoon. Very overcast day, and the winds are over 40 miles an hour. I got to fly out this afternoon.
You got a prop bet?
I got to go to Chicago and fly out. There's a lot of there's a lot of ground to cover. I'm not even doing this well. You get the point.
Yeah, people, the thing is, here's what's happened, Carlin. You got a flight coming up, and some people get overwhelmed when they deal with the airports and air travel.
Yes.
So I completely understand where you're coming from. One quick note, question from me. I saw the clip the other day. Is Bart Scott the serial nail clipper? Is that what's going on?
So here's the thing. He was clipping his nails when he was doing the show out at the Jet facility
my home
earlier this week. But the problem is his alibi is ironclad. He had not been here the 3 days previous to those nails being found. So do we just not have a great cleaning crew? Or is Bart, it's like saying, I don't know that somebody's capable of it, but then you see him do it. I don't think Bart killed anybody, but then I see him murder someone. Well, he was at least capable.
and it was in Captain Kirk's chair, not Scotty. I sit in Scotty's seat, and I sit in the Vulcan guy? Spock. I sit in Spock's seat.
Spock, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Spock's seat, so I can't. And I'm willing to take a polygraph test, and I encourage that we test everybody here because we need to get to the bottom of it. And whoever allowed this slander to take my name, they're gonna have to ask what the 5 fingers say to the face because they know I'm innocent and they know they did it.
Oh, I'm so glad I asked that question. That was great. You know what you do, Carlin? Set up the polygraph. Don't ask anyone about the nails. Just start firing questions at Bart about everything else.
Oh, yeah,
Get him
absolutely.
In a lot of hot water there.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, Joe, one of my favorite comedians is Dave Chappelle, and there's so many amendments that I love. But if I had to choose one, I'll choose fifth.
Well,
that's it for me, everybody.
Joe, enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you're going to not be taken too much more advantage of by ESPN executives. Have a great day.
He's just getting started.
We're fine. I've told them if they want to cut down on the paperwork, they can just stop paying me altogether.
Thanks, Joe.
See you, boys.
Joe Fortenbaugh. He's the best. I love the guy to death.
Yeah, man.
He's the best. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, Bite Back.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, the NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to KeepMyNetworks.com to keep ESPN.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Out here, it's football season, where nothing beats backyard grilling, gathering around the fire pit, and cheering on your favorite team with friends. The yard is mowed, the lights are strung, and the grill is warming up. Whether you need to fill up your propane, get a new grill, or even a generator, out here, it's game day. And we're ready for it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Bart Scott.
That's right, noon o'clock. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Get the YouTube comments in on the YouTube page. It is hot. Okay. Well, it's okay. Just fire away with your comments in there. We'll get them on the air. It is noon, though, and what does that mean?
It's a thump.
Wow. You're right there? You want to restart? Did you go and get some of the candy?
Yeah, one of the troll worms got me. But I was informed by the sales department that they know when they hear the power hour. I was at the get some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, aren't you the power hour guy?" I said, "Yeah, that's me." He said, "We love when it comes because we know it's lunchtime for them." So it is officially the power hour. Hit the gong again. And it's dinner time, too.
You know what you're becoming like? You're becoming like the dinosaur in the Flintstones where they would pull its tail to get it to scream. It is also Thursday, which means at noon, well,
it's high noon.
Once again, outstanding production value.
My name's Sam Chisholm, duly elected warrant officer.
I need to find that now. See, this is the thing. Like, it's never exactly where I need it to be. And the Sam Chisholm, the duly elected.
Showing bounty, honey.
The moment has passed.
Yeah, it is.
The moment has passed. Come on. Anyway, high noon, 3 questions that we definitively disagree upon, and we will get the answers to them.
Round 1, fight! Should the Jets trade Quinnen Williams?
Bart Scott, what say you?
Negatory. Like I said before, it's a sham if they do that when they could have got Michael Parsons for him. And, like, to let that go away only to get rid of him 8 weeks later would be stupid. In my opinion, you can't find bodies like that. He's 27 years old. The prime of everybody's career is from 27 to probably about 32. They have 5 prime years. You're going to give him away for something that's going to be less than, and then he's going to go have his prime peak years somewhere else? No bueno.
Yeah, here's the thing. We talked to Jason McCourty about this earlier, and he agreed with you that you have to be silly to do that when you could have been involved in that kind of a trade for Micah Parsons. Here's the problem for me with this, though. It's something else that Jason said. You've had Quinnen Williams here during all the losing years. Quinnen Williams is a really good player. He is in his prime. If we are in a position now in the next year or two where we have to find our quarterback, I need to have as many assets as I can in order to do that. If the Jets actually loaded up and got a pick plus more, a first-round pick plus a lot more, then I have to do it because I need to make sure, even if I'm trying to win games right now, that in the next year or two, I am in position to do that, and that means I have as many assets as I can get my hands on to make that trade.
I can see that, but you suck good enough this year that you don't have to work about getting extra picks because the team that's going to suck right with you is probably the Tennessee Titans, and they have their own quarterback already, so they're not in the market for a quarterback.
But let me ask you this. What if I don't want any of the guys this year? What if I want the guys next year?
You want to tank for Archie?
I don't want to tank for anybody in particular, but if I load up and I get that pick, but there's nobody that I love at the top of the draft, what if I trade that pick away like the Bears did and ended up getting the guys that I liked? How about that?
I hear you, but,
I'm blowing his minds.
Yeah, next.
Round 2, fight! If the Knicks don't make the NBA Finals, the biggest reason will be
chemistry and people accepting and relishing and excelling in their roles, right? It's all fun and games when you're under Tibbs and you're getting the shots. And remember, it was Bridges that was the man that was the odd man out because OG all of a sudden became an offensive threat and started jacking up threes and taking more shots than Cat, definitely more than Bridges. But now Bridges like, nah, y'all gave me my money. Let it rain. And now he's shooting shots and, like, he's super confident, right, because he plays with pace. So the ball finds him because he's running the court. Where Cat is like having a kid that's always dragging behind. You know what I mean? He waiting for the trail 3 because he's the last one up the court, hoping that everybody take it into the paint and then kick it out to him for the walk-up 3 like he in Villanova or something, waiting for the national championship. But now Bridges, because he's a guy that plays with high energy and effort, he's getting more touches. And that's usually what happens. And, so I feel like it's a perfect opportunity for him to start. But I feel like if they don't succeed, it's going to be because of chemistry, because somebody has to be Chris Bosh. And nobody wants to be Chris Bosh. Nobody wants to be the guy that plays great defense, rebounds, because that's not the flashy stuff.
Take the 3 and then start backpedaling down the floor. I can see that. I'm going to
never cross midcourt, basically.
As much as I have been ripping on Cat, I'm actually going to say it's going to come down to coaching. If they actually are in the postseason and they don't make the finals, I think the biggest reason could end up being Mike Brown. Whether or not it's a disconnect with Cat or not, in the league nowadays, we know that the talent usually wins out in those kind of arguments. And secondly, if you're Mike Brown, you are here because the last guy drove them hard into the ground. Now, Mike Brown is not somebody that's going to ease up and just be a pushover, but if you're in a situation where he's a little too similar to Tibbs like that in the postseason, then that's a problem too. So he may want to get up and down the court. I do want to know if he's going to coach well enough on the defensive end that they're going to be as good as they have been So I think it ultimately comes down to coaching if they don't make it.
Round 3, fight! Halloween is the most overrated holiday.
Nah, man, Halloween is the kickoff to the season, right? It's the first fall holiday. All the great holidays come in the fall. All the other ones are just throwing, like 4th of July, Memorial Day, Christmas, The worst holiday probably is Easter. And it doesn't make sense. Why are we putting a bunny rabbit with Jesus' birthday and his resurrection?
Well, I think Jesus would like a word with you, but that's just me.
If it was all about Jesus, it'd be good. Listen, we celebrate his birthday for Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
In the fall, right? So Jesus rising and all that stuff, that's great. But an Easter bunny and hunting for eggs is like stupid. All it is kids eating some stinky eggs and having gas all day. And then it's the only time that I have to be nice to my drunk ass uncle because that's the only time he come to church. For his mama one time, he come with that store-bought shirt with the matching handkerchief. You know what I'm saying? like they all come together, all one pattern. Like it's the only time my uncle come to church is 1 year and embarrass us all because now we got to sit up there and he smell like Ned the Wino.
I'm not a big dress-up for Halloween guy, but I don't think it's the most overrated holiday, and I think this is going to anger some people, but it always does. This is always one of those takes around Thanksgiving time that ticks people off. I think Thanksgiving's very overrated, and the reason being is...
Who hurt you, Chris?
No, well, first of all, my mother...
Who hurt you?
Let's start there. My mother. Because when she was cooking as a mother with 6 kids, granted, she had her hands full, all that stuff, I get it. I was not aware until I was well into my late 20s that turkey was not supposed to be bone dry. And I just thought, like, why would people like this? And then I want to put gravy on it, which tastes terrible, to somehow make it moist? No.
The gravy's for the dressing.
No.
The stuffing, whatever you call it.
The stuffing I like. Stuffing is like the only food at Thanksgiving that I like that would be on our table. I have always wanted to be Italian at Thanksgiving so that you would have a lasagna and you'd have all the other things to work with. No, I was always stuck with crappy green beans with...
Green bean casserole?
Not even the casserole. Not even a casserole. The only thing that my mom made that was any good was stuffing. So, yeah, you want to say that I think this is an overrated holiday because I obviously have mommy issues? Of course I do. Of course I do. I have been hurt. But I would also say the family incidents in my family have always happened around Thanksgiving. We had a saying in the Carlins family. Oh, what happened? They had to go out to the garage because one or two of them would really get into it.
Yeah.
And then they'd be screaming at each other. But in an Irish Catholic denial way, you didn't want anybody else to be hearing it, so they would go out to the garage. I mean, there was a fight between my mother and my brother about his wedding that was 15 years after the fact.
Still can't let it go, Kate.
Exactly. She was still pissed that they didn't have liquor, that it was only beer and wine.
I feel so bad for my partner, man. The holiday that's full of festive food is the day in which he ate the worst food.
Well, listen, I said I would love to go to an Italian Thanksgiving and be part of that. Like, Joe Leo, are you Italian?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so you would have, am I wrong that you would have all kinds of pasta and maybe some lasagna and something like that?
Lasagna and antipasta at noon, then about 4-ish, right around the beginning of the 4 o'clock game is when Thanksgiving gets done, and then dessert.
So it was like an appetizer.
Oh yeah, that lasagna is the appetizer.
Oh wow,
we're eating all day long.
You need to come holler. You need to come out and holler over my crib, man. Listen, it's that meme that's out there. It's this white guy, and he's like, "All right, let me try this chicken." He's like, "Damn, I'm gonna call my mama. This what seasoning tastes like."
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, "Damn."
Oh, I didn't know this was supposed to have flavor.
He's like, I'm calling my mom. This is what seasoning tastes like.
Yeah, like, oh my God, it's Barton. Like, man, my mom used to rave about her own potato salad, and I had that once, and I'm like, nope, this ain't it. This ain't it. Yo,
I love my sister to death, man, but she's still stuck in a time warp. You know what I'm saying? Like, my sister stayed in Detroit. Like, I've since left and ate different types of mac and cheeses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my cheese has got fresh cheese in it.
You get 4 cheese mac and cheese.
It's like five cheeses. You know what I'm saying? We got smoked Gouda. We got cheddar. We got Kobe.
If that got 3 cheeses, he ain't eating.
You know what I'm saying? I went home, and she was barbecuing, and she made me some macaroni and cheese. Velveeta. I say, man, if you don't get this,
come on now.
man, I'd rather go get the Kraft microwave cup and do that.
Oh, man. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, my sister never got the memo, man, that it's more things out there than Velveeta.
I love stuffing, and I love a good mac and cheese that's got a really really crunchy top to it, and then mixed in the other cheese.
I tell you what, man, I'm gonna make you some stuffing for Thanksgiving.
Now, what kind of stuffing do you make? Is it like sausage, or what do you make?
It has sage sauces in it because we normally put sage in it anyway. So also, I'll use some breadcrumbs, but I'll make a thing of cast iron cornbread.
Okay.
And then we'll take some breadcrumbs, but then we'll make toast from like thick Texas toast.
Yeah.
We'll toast it in the oven. Then we'll chop them up into cubes.
Oh,
and then we cook it down with the chicken stock. And we cook it down, and we cook the sausage before we put it inside of there and crumble up real fine. So as you eat the sausage, and then you have a little gravy on the side if you want with some sliced cranberry. You know what I'm saying? If you want the little kick.
Why can't you adopt me? Be a part of the family.
I can. I think that'd be actually excellent. I should adopt Chris.
That would be amazing if you adopted me.
And we take you in the Christmas pictures, and we put like the little bow tie with the sailor hat. Put you in the middle in a big-ass bassinet. Talk about welcome to the family first Christmas.
The stork visit us this year.
First Christmas. But you know who cooks all the Thanksgiving is my daughter.
Oh, really?
She's been doing it for 5 years.
Okay.
Man, she gonna cook some prime rib.
All right, listen, I'm not gonna deny, obviously, my Thanksgiving bias against it has come from a lot of familial damage. No doubt. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. We're going to have audio files coming up at 12:30 because we were late for it earlier. I want to remind you that ESPN New York is giving you the chance to experience UFC 322 at Madison Square Garden on November 15th. One grand prize winner and a guest is going to score tickets to the ESPN New York suite, hosted by Peter Rosenberg.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Enjoy the energy of the Garden, the comfort of a private suite, and world-class UFC action alongside, well, it says one of New York's biggest sports personalities. Just say alongside Peter. And you can enter by finding the contest tile on the ESPN New York app to submit your entry. It is right there. It is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of UFC. I wanted to play this for you earlier, but I didn't get a chance to. I'm going to play it for you now just based on some of the stuff that we've been talking about when it comes to Cat and being called out. I did get a chance to play this for you yesterday, but some of this was from Mike Brown the other night, and then Kendrick Perkins on the NBA Today yesterday, calling out Cat, so to speak. Mike Brown doing it in a very subtle way in the way he handles himself, because this really sets up the entirety of the conversation here.
I promise you, if we do the things that we're talking about offensively in terms of our staples, Cat's going to be more than fine. He's going to be more than fine. But whatever comes his way that night, whatever comes Jalen's way that night, whatever comes OG's way that night, they just got to embrace it. But we got to play with a little bit of pace, all of us individually. And I've talked to Cat about it. One of the things that is hard, or it's hard on us or him as an individual, is if you don't play with pace in certain areas, then you're going to get denied, pushed out, and now you're catching way out on the floor. Cat's got to figure out how to play with a little bit of pace. And he doesn't have to be Ariel or Mitch or anything like that. A little bit of pace within what we do, so now he can catch and he can make quick decisions with the basketball.
Pace. Run.
Mm-hmm.
Get up and down the floor.
Like Seabiscuit.
Be in position. You get rewarded when you are in position. When you're not, and you're not getting up and down the floor fast enough, that's a problem. And Kendrick Perkins yesterday pretty much just broke that all down about Cat.
Karl-Anthony Towns. Hey, man, when is it going to stop? I'm expecting better from you at this time right now. Like, what I'm seeing right now, you got a coaching change, right? Obviously, you didn't want Tibbs because you didn't want Tibbs in Minnesota. So they bring in Mike Brown. You're still picking up those dumb, silly fouls. Mike Brown said it, that he's been talking to you about this, something that you should be trying to work to get better at. Those fouls come from a lack of effort and not wanting to move those puppies. I thought you could have came into the season in better shape, but you didn't. You know what I mean? That's a problem. We're talking about with the East being wide open, the Knicks, they added to their bench. They're pretty much everyone's favorite to represent the Eastern Conference.
Should be.
He has to be better.
This is the thing. Brown's saying it. Perk is saying it. They're not saying it in disrespectful ways. They're saying it in ways of accentuating the fact that you have all the ability in the world and they need you to be what you are capable of being. And that's what's most frustrating about this to me.
And taking the gray out. Like, we've heard this about Luka Doncic. We've heard this about Zion. And both of them this season has responded. I mean, Zion dunked on Wemby. You know, he looks like he has the energy. And that's what also helps you avoid the injuries. Being in great shape helps you avoid, because when you try and push yourself when you don't have it there because you haven't put the work in, and it's hard to get right in shape in between. You know, it's crazy. I remember the stories about Dennis Rodman and how they said, like, when he was playing for San Antonio, I think Steven Jackson said he would come in there, and this dude would be right after the game on the treadmill running 5 miles with Timberland boots on. Like, say the dude's like the most phenomenal athlete that he's ever seen as far as his conditioning. This is a guy with almost no talent. Couldn't shoot threes, couldn't dribble, didn't dribble, crossover, have crazy handles, you know. But he's a Hall of Famer off of pure will and determination. Same thing can be said about Ben Wallace. Like, it is guys that have made themselves into being great players. Sometimes some greatness is born, some greatness is made. The best of all times are both. And Cat has the opportunity because he was born 7-footer, nimble, can dribble the basketball, has all the skills, but lazy.
I guess what really gets me is, are you just always what you're going to be?
Yeah.
You know, are you just always going to be what you are?
It's 11 years.
Yeah. And if it wasn't going to change by now, is it ever going to change? And so now we're just complaining about the role and not happy with how that's playing out.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of trying to go out there and prove something, it is just kind of the same old, same old. And they're trying to win something here. Like, they brought...
Not like now.
Cat's from here. Cat's from Jersey.
Should mean more to him.
It should mean more to him. Can you imagine how you're treated in this town if you actually bring the Knicks a championship? Can you imagine what that looks like? I can't imagine what it looks like because I've never been alive for it, but I've seen the reverence with which we spoke and handled Willis Reed and all the greats and Clyde and everybody like that because they brought a championship here, and now it hasn't happened in more than 50 years. And you're the first to help bring that back? What that would mean? Come on.
Part the Red Sea, man.
Yeah. It's unbelievable to me that this continues to be it. But yet, even when you hear this criticism, it's like these guys are still giving them the benefit of the doubt because they do expect more with what your ability is.
They know what the landscape is. Like, who's out there that frightens you? Before they lost to Milwaukee, they had beaten everybody the best that the Eastern Conference had to offer. Like, this is the easiest path to the finals, and I don't know how long. It's no big bad wolf to be afraid of. It's no megastar to be afraid of. It's no Boston's trying to figure it out. I mean, hell, you got to look at Atlanta. Atlanta's sitting there with Porzingis shooting threes. I mean, I know it's the Brooklyn Nets, and they're going to beat their ass. But, you know what I'm saying? That's a team that's a talented roster that could surprise some people with a coach. When you think about Murray, Porzingis, Trae Young, what's a better big three than what they got up there? Yeah.
Those Young's hurt. I mean, jeez. Opportunities
better
right there.
get them while they down.
New York soccer fans, the Audi 2025 MLS Cup playoffs are here on Saturday, November 1st. New York City FC returns to Yankee Stadium for Game 2 of their best-of-3 series against Charlotte FC. Kickoff set for 3:30 p.m. For your chance to be there, enter now at ESPNNewYork.com or through the ESPN New York app. Just click the contest tab, submit your entry. Don't miss the opportunity to experience playoff soccer as the boys in blue begin their chase for the cup. Tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com/NYCFC. In moments, a former Jet with plenty to say about the owner. That's next on ESPN New York. Why can't you adopt me? Be a part of the family.
I can.
Thursday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Will the Jets make any more moves before the trade deadline?
So if a player is not in the mix for next year, I would certainly consider it.
Who will Jackson Dart rely on offensively with Scattaboo out for the year?
Other guys just kind of have to pick it up. It'll be a little different without him out there just yelling and whatnot, but we got some good guys in the building too.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, the NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5 S Select for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S0595731. MSRP $31,915. Zero security deposit. Ends 10/31/25.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Score or win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Some people just
just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they want and need to get the job done every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
He's a fan. He's a fan. He's a fan. Man, look at the wind outside. Chris, you might as well go where you reside. Yo ass ain't going nowhere. Strong winds.
I'm already getting the text messages from the airline. Thunderstorms in your area may affect departures. You think?
Push back. And it looks like I had a friend. I looked at her on. She's charting the storm. It's kind of look like
Melissa?
it's going to.
The hurricane, Melissa?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to hook through like Atlanta and go up towards like the Midwest. It's not going to hit
really?
the East Coast. Yeah, it's going to do a little hook, so it's going right to where you're at.
Oh, thanks. So it's going right to southern Illinois, southern central Illinois.
Might miss that and hit Ohio and miss the bottom part of Illinois.
Yeah,
and go up. It looks like it's hooking. It's going to end up like Detroit.
I'll get to the audio files in a sec. The worst part about this trip is I'm so bummed out. There used to be a great restaurant in Champaign that David Deal tipped me off to. Years ago, I was doing Giants pre and post when he was still playing.
Is he a Chicago guy? Or is he
he's
Illinois
He's
guy?
an Illinois guy.
Illinois.
He went to University of Illinois.
Gotcha.
I think he is a Chicago guy. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was a place that was a steakhouse called Alexander Steakhouse where they had a massive grill in the middle of the restaurant and you cook your own steak. So good.
Do you season your own steak?
Yeah, you do it all. You pick the meat. You season it as you want. You do everything you want. You make Texas toast. It was a grill
like
that is the size
grill.
of the room that we're in.
Hibachi
Not hibachi. Grill.
Oh.
Grill.
Like carbon emissions and everything.
Yes.
And
they had like fans up above it.
Okay.
But the grill was as big as the room that we are in, so people would be standing around it.
Just talking, flipping their stuff over. If you got the one with the big bone, you just grab the bone and flip it over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was the food was so good. Best part was, you smelled like charcoal for 2 days. It was so good.
It's like going to smoke cigars. You know what I'm saying? It's all in your hair.
And they didn't make it through COVID. I was so bummed out.
Damn.
I was so looking forward to that trip. Anyway, Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, audio files.
The audio file.
We so
tight
smooth.
like a drum.
We so smooth.
First up, Jets with the trade deadline coming. Jordan Schultz of the Schultz Report, NFL Insider. Who could people be looking at with the Jets?
There are a number of teams who badly want and need interior defensive line help, and a name that's garnered a ton of interest, Quinnen Williams. Now, the Jets don't want to trade him, but they are willing to listen, considering there's so much interest in interior defensive line and so many young, aggressive GMs around the league. The idea of a team blowing away the Jets with an offer is at least feasible.
I think what's interesting here is if it's what does blowing them away with an offer actually look like? So they're not getting 2-1s.
First round pick in a player. Like, what did Michael Parsons go for?
Well, Michael went for a first and I think one more pick, and then what's this at? Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
So that's a guy who's over 30.
So give me a first and a utility player.
Somebody who's useful.
Yeah, somebody that can come play a real solid pro.
I don't know if they're going to get blown away by it, but I would at least look at it. Dexter Lawrence responding to Carl Banks' comments where he said that nobody respects the way that Dexter Lawrence plays anymore.
Yeah, those are strong words, but that's how you feel.
Those words mean more that they're coming from him, like a giant legend? No? Why not?
He's delusional.
Here's the thing about Dexter Lawrence. He wasn't saying that people don't respect you as a person.
Right.
He was saying that other players don't respect the level at which you are playing right now.
Yeah, so like you're not saying, okay, we're like, we'll just use Michael Parsons because he's like the hottest defensive player, or Myles Garrett. Wherever Myles Garrett go, we're going to double and we're going to set our game plan, our protections to make sure that we do that. If anything, they're trying to figure out how they're going to stop Brian Burns. You know what I mean? So like you've gone from being the most disruptive member of the team to kind of being somebody that's not that. And he has to take accountability for that and he say, hey, man, I got to make more plays. I got to be more dominant. But if he's saying, hey, I'm doing everything and Brian Burns is eating off of me because of the the protection that he's drawing, then it's understandable.
Up next, Jordan Travis, the former Jet.
I've been waiting to hear this.
This is, of course, he was the quarterback who had to retire earlier this offseason, going into training camp because of injuries. This is the Travis Take 2 podcast. I don't know if it's his or what it is, but he's making some comments here about Woody Johnson as an owner.
No disrespect, but there was things that were said to me, not obviously to that point because I never got on the field to play, but about my leg, like just slick comments that I don't know if he was trying to be slick about it, or you know how some older people, they just kind of say whatever comes to their mind, and it kind of made me feel a certain type of way. I told you about a few of them. Are you ever going to get healthy? And I'm just like, damn, not how you feel, and never that. There was always like comments like that, and it kind of upset me, but it kind of rolled over my head. It makes sense, but I mean, kudos to Justin Fields, because I don't know if you saw his press conference, and you can see on his face he's not even distraught, bro. It's really cool. It inspired me.
So those were the in relation to the comments from Justin Fields, but when he was hurt, never said, hey, how you doing? It was more, when are you getting back? Are you ever healthy?
I mean, Jordan Travis really don't have a leg to stand on because they paid him money. He never actually did anything for the team.
Yeah.
They took him as an injured player and gave him opportunity to pay him for 2 years, and he got an opportunity to probably get a big injury settlement with not ever doing anything as a football player for an NFL team. Not one preseason game, not one meaningful practice snaps, not throwing any snaps outside of, not any live reps, not a full team period. And he got paid probably millions of dollars. He should feel honored and blessed that somebody took him in the 4th or 5th round and paid him money when he actually did absolutely nothing. The money that he's using for the start of his life, he didn't earn. He like when you come to a team, like the Jets got nothing for him. They got nothing out of him. Now, Florida State got everything out of him. And what he did in Florida State earned him the opportunity for people to hope that they can get him healthy. But really, you got paid for doing absolutely nothing, bro, for 2 years and got probably a big-ass injury settlement for doing nothing.
It's fair.
But rehabbing, which you would have had to do anyway because you have to get a better quality of life to be able to be healthy.
It's fair. All completely fair. Jeff Landry is the governor of Louisiana.
Oh, God.
The LSU job is open, as we know, after they fired Brian Kelly last weekend. The athletic director is a gentleman named Scott Woodward. Scott Woodward is formerly the athletic director at Texas A&M, who made the deal with Jimbo Fisher, who walked away with $76 million after he got fired.
Ooh.
And so the governor of Louisiana doesn't think Mr. Woodward should be making the call on the next coach because he also hired Brian Kelly.
No. I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach.
I love the water boy.
Bobby Boucher. I always love how like people just throw in like, let me kiss Donald Trump's ass. You know what I'm saying? In between, I'll let Donald Trump do it. Like, first of all, when you say something like that about anybody, you saying it's so easy a caveman could do it. I'd rather let somebody else do it. So that's not even a compliment. You know what I mean? I don't know how that works, how a governor can pick a head coach. I'm assuming that they're going to use some type of firm. Maybe they call it a 33rd team, and then we can get another one of Tannenbaum's friends a job.
Ed Orgeron, the former coach at LSU, was on Sportsmanlike this week, was asked, would you go back to LSU?
Oh, I'd love to. You kidding me? I'm one phone call away.
hey, I just got to get in my truck. I'll be back. I could be there today. I love LSU. I still got my home in Baton Rouge. I love when I coached with Coach Miles, being the defensive line coach. I love the Tigers, and I'm getting back to coaching for sure. I consider it, no doubt.
Go Tigers!
Has he got back into coaching? Where's he ended up at?
He's not really doing anything, but he every time you see him, he's got his shirt off and a drink in his hand somewhere.
But
Which, by the way, I absolutely would be doing the same damn thing if I were him with all that money he's collecting.
You don't have to worry about, I like to be you to my family, because he already got the accent.
Yeah,
He ain't got to wear it. I'm back, baby.
Oh, yeah. Go Tiger. Yeah.
Gator boys are back.
And then last one, primetime. Dion. Everybody wants quick fixes. Colorado, as you may know, struggling a bit this year. What do you know? No Shedeur Sanders, no Travis Hunter. Here's Dion.
Everything is expeditious in this country. Everyone wants the quick fix, the quick things. You got mail order brides too, right? You get married, right away. You could get a BBL. You could come in here for flat as I don't know what and leave thick as a Snicker.
put as only primetime can put it.
But I do love now it's like primetime preaching patience. After before, it's I got my own baggage and it's Gucci or Louis Vuitton.
I mean, man, it's tough out in these streets, man. Like, and they still get a lot of attention. He's still good for business because they got that contract. You gonna catch him on Fox all the time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he got the TV deal. He's done his job. Now he's got to get back winning, and without a stacked team with a Heisman winning DB / receiver. Plus his son. Now, they did get the number one quarterback recruit, or one of them, to come commit. He's not starting, but he should be their future. And so we'll see what happens. Let's see if the shine is kind of falling off Dion and what he brings, or let's see if he can recruit, because that's what it's going to come down to.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7:30. Islanders are in Carolina to play the Hurricanes. 9 o'clock. Rangers, Edmonton to play the Oilers. Coverage begins at 8:30 right here on ESPN New York. And 10 o'clock, the Devils are in San Jose to play the Sharks. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Free for all. All you at 800-919-3776. Lines are open for you on the Jets and the trade deadline and whether or not Quinnen Williams should be available. The same for Dexter Lawrence and the Giants and Cat, and the continued problem that the Knicks are going to have with him all season long.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah, when someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
Like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
There he goes to the 20, 10, 5. That's a Jet touchdown! That's a Jet touchdown!
Jets fans, be there at MetLife Stadium to see the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m., presented by Verizon. Don't miss your chance to experience the excitement of game day at MetLife Stadium and cheer on your Jets. Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets and get ready to clear the runway.
Right now, Bay Ridge Honda fall into savings with unstoppable savings across their full lineup of Honda cars, trucks, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs during the Fall for Honda sales event. You can get the HR-V all-wheel drive LX for $299 a month with zero down during the Fall for Honda sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 39 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 0 down plus tax, tag, and fees. See dealer for full details.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bath Fitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Plus, a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments, or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
The city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports. ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Going back to Jason McCourty earlier, we had him on as we do every Thursday at 10:30 here on Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. We were talking about the trade deadline coming up and how the deadline is an interesting one for the Jets this year because you are nowhere near where you expected to be. And you have some attractive pieces, but one of them is a guy like Quinnen Williams. And so when you're trying to position yourself for the future, we asked Jason about this, about balancing that versus continuing to try to build a winning culture if you're Aaron Glenn, and the importance of continuing to win games, even though it may not be as good, may not mean as good of a draft pick.
With a guy like Quinnen Williams, you have to decide, is it more important to have a dominant interior defender for now and for the future, or is it worth giving up Quinnen Williams for a first-round draft pick and hoping that that guy becomes a Quinnen Williams? Because to me, when it comes to winning games and building culture, that always has to be paramount. I've been a part of organizations where you're in a season and you're saying, you know what, we're going to lose this year. We know that, but we're doing it to build for the years to come. And you start to build a losing culture, and you look up and you get better players on your team, but you have bad veterans on your team too. So you're bringing in these young guys to a culture and an environment that is not conducive to winning football games. And you look up and you have players on your team that they leave eventually and they become superstars in other programs and other organizations because it's built to win, and you bring them into a culture that's going to help kind of manufacture and help them grow and cultivate into the players that they have the potential to become.
You've spoken about this before. It just kind of struck me, and I really wasn't considering it when thinking about it, though. But the idea of you can have veterans here, but if they've been through an awful lot of losing, they're not necessarily the kind of veterans you want to have around.
Yeah, because they develop bad habits, right? And it's tough to stay positive. That's why when Rex got here, I mean, he got rid of maybe 5 or 6 guys. He traded to Cleveland to go with Eric Mangini.
Yeah,
because he wanted new people, new fresh, and Abe Elam. It was a couple, and it was starters too. And he wanted his type of guys, and that's why he brought in guys like myself, Marquise Douglas, Trevor Price, eventually Jason Ted, guys who have experienced success. Because sometimes you get into that automated role where you just trying to be a professional. You just out here, I'm just here to do my job. Nah, you got to go beyond your job. You got to be able to inspire other kids. You got to be able to lead. You got to help develop the young guys. You got to pull them up. You got to push and pull. When you're trying to be a leader, you need to bring in enough players that can push and pull. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, it's going to be a certain people that's going to ride with the pack, but your real improvement comes when you take the back end of your roster and you elevate them. And you only do that by spending time and helping them, bridge the gap.
So the Jets make the trade yesterday with Michael Carter, and they get John Mechie.
Very smart.
And you love this trade not just because of the money, but because of the possibility of what Mechie could be.
Yeah, you just hope that Mechie, because he came in, he had the illness. They had high hopes for him in Houston, but when they decided to spend money, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and then eventually Stephon Diggs was there, it was just no space for him. And then so he gets traded to Philly, and then you look up A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dotson, really no space for him there. So we don't know if he can't play. It's a second-round draft pick. You're dumping his salary with Michael Carter, and you're getting a higher draft pick, so that can help. You can use that to try and trade to move up the draft board. But also you have potentially a guy that didn't have the start to his career that he wanted, but is going to be very hungry, and all he may need is a opportunity. He's a second-round draft pick.
I guess my issue is more based in what they're going to do with Quinnen on, is it better to position themselves in the next year or two to get as many assets as they can to make sure they get the quarterback? Because all we talk about is that they don't have the quarterback, and you can have everything else, but that's not going to matter. So you do have a dominant player at one position, but is it a position that is worth having a dominant player at when you don't have the most important one?
I think the Jets are going to be in a position where if they think that it's a quarterback here that they can get, they don't need to have an extra first-round draft pick for Quinnen Williams to be able to find that player and to draft that player. So at this point, with where we're at, we're going to have a high pick, and we can throw in some compensatory picks that we're going to get. We hired a minority coach, so we're going to get some stuff. We had one before our other coaches left, Saleh. We're going to be able to get some extra assets. So I lean on that. I just don't know if I could be 100% sure if I want to let one of the best players in his position walk away before he's about to enter his prime, when I can just sit there. Now, if it was for Michael Parsons, because guess what? That's a player that we deem better and younger and somebody that can be around a lot longer to help, mend defenses and be able to turn the program around.
I just noticed this. How did I not notice before now? Is it a sweatshirt that you're wearing? What is this?
It's cashmere. All I wear is cashmere.
It's a
cashmere jogging suit.
We don't need to say all I wear is cashmere.
I mean, if I have a jogging suit on, it's cashmere.
Oh, it's a jogging suit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a matching jogging suit.
My shoes.
My God.
My shoes got cashmere on.
Jesus. This is unbelievable. But I love the sweatshirt. Yes, no, I see. Yes, I see where that cashmere is too. All I'm saying is I look at this. It's like a sweatshirt. It's got a hood to it. I mean, this thing is just beautiful. When was the last time that you purchased a piece of clothing that cost less than $100? And I'm talking about socks. I'm talking about your underwear. Anything that you ever purchase that's less than $100.
No, well, my undies cost like $40 a piece.
$40 a piece? I get the Fat Man Big Pack for $30.
Man,
big and tall.
I'm not about to put a tourniquet on my balls.
No, I'm going with the. I'm rocking the boxers.
But they say they have some stuff that have microplastics in it and stuff like that. You got to make sure that you got the right materials on your stuff, man.
You're making me have the right materials and things that I eat now in my underwear. Come on, man. Can a brother just live?
The first thing I'm taking care of is my man piece. You know what I'm saying? If anything, gonna have some nice, comfy. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be being comfy. It's gonna be that.
Ray makes an excellent point. You tell me all this stuff. Oh, you can't have any kind of plastics covering you up down below there. You never know what's gonna happen. Meanwhile, you're eating gummy worms earlier.
Well, listen, I understand about the red dye 42, but I only eat a splash of it. You see, I had to go get it from her. I don't bring it in.
I know, but you certainly asked where it was.
That is true. You can't tell me where the stash is. I actually had a mini. I had a mini Snickers.
Yeah, you did.
And a Twix. I only had 2.
Yeah, you did.
I wanted to go back, but she was still at her desk. So I didn't want her to catch me being taking advantage.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Well, tomorrow's I think a work from home day for most of the office. So
yeah,
you better hope she leaves that out.
Now some fingernails come popping up. It was me, because don't nobody be in this bug on Friday. But me.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Michael K. next.
The one with the big bone. You just grab the bone and flip it over.
Oh yeah.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Intercept!